starfish accident.
Look, man, sometimes...
What do I tell the paramedic? Whatever you need to.
Tell the doctor whatever you need to tell him to get the fucking penicillin shot and the emergency surgery.
I didn't spell that correctly.
Yeah, whenever you are.
Judging by this tissue damage, it looks like you were physically attacked by a shark in melee?
Looks like you were having a damn good time.
or not, in which case, I'm gonna go with the first one, because that's...
Judging by this tissue damage, nice.
Right? Judging by the severity of these injuries,
nice.
Nice.
Not kink shaming. I'm just kink asking why.
Well, the nurses are kink asking how, because there's some dots that we're not connecting, and we're fucking trying.
Liv, I have borrowed that and used it many a times, and HNIC loves that phrase, by the way.
Who?
HNIC, Head Nerds in Charge, the other show that I'm on. Because they're very...
I don't even know where I got that from. Like, I know it wasn't me. I'm not clever enough for that. But I don't remember where I heard it.
I'm not kink shaming. I'm kink asking why.
Yeah, I'm not kink shaming. I'm just kink asking why.
Yeah, they heard me say that and they thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think I found that in a random... I saw that. I think I saw it in a random thread of something, and somebody had made a joke. Somebody had made a joke and about whatever the content was, and then somebody had posted beneath it like, "I'm not kink shaming. I'm just here to kink. I'm not kink shaming. I'm here kink asking why."
Right.
Like,
yeah, something like that.
This dialogue, like, I don't know. I know I heard it I know I got it when I was away because I don't know. I was bored.
Oh yeah, I think shit. Yeah, you were on detachment. No, you were in training.
No, my love. I spent the last fucking year, almost a year, away.
Yeah, well, you're in school. That's what I meant by training.
Training.
Anything I learned in the last year, probably while I was lonely and adrift in a mad world. Well, frankly, I don't know what the octopus is getting out of this. He doesn't look too happy either. Just wanted some, bad poems, some artsy photos of rain, in a chat format that was honestly impossible to understand. You ruined it.
I've never seen bigger tits in my life. The frog's got tits out to here. I've never seen bigger tits in my life. I have. Where? Tumblr.
Go to hell.
You.
Tumblr, go to hell. We found some non-porn. Oh yeah? Yeah? What is it? It's a neo-Nazi advocating genocide. Should we take it down? Free speech? Heard of it?
Hey, Tim. Well, did we get a long rest?
We're in the bar still, bro. Oh, well, yeah. We woke up, went shopping, and went to the bar. Did you expend spell slots while we were shopping?
Hello?
I mean,
we can hear you.
Yeah,
Tim.
I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. It's being funny. I think you did. Before you went shopping.
Yeah, okay. Well, I had left early, so I didn't know how far y'all kept going. But
we shopped and then we went to the bar, and that's where we ended.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the spent spell slot is for Windwalk.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, because we had to commute.
Yeah, I
We're not
cast
taking
that.
public transportation.
Yeah.
Well, no, we mostly just used it in case. He was like, in case we need to make a quick getaway from whatever is about to happen next.
Yeah, it's hot exit.
So, alrighty, you guys
And we
ready to get
did
started?
pick up in the tavern, right?
Yes.
Yes, we ended in the tavern after Carlos's conversation with...
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Carl said
The unnamed mimicry deity.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
The deity of backstory.
Yes.
The deity of backstory.
Maybe are you cold?
Huh?
Fuck, go.
Cold?
No, I'm trying to be festive.
You look very festive, Joe. You look wonderful.
Look like a hipster.
Yeah.
Festive.
Nothing I can do about that. I have had my head up in a button on stream a dozen times. Nothing I can do about that, my guy.
He's got you there, Chris.
He liked Dice Hard before it was cool.
Yeah.
I got that good hair, which means there's only certain hair things I can do. Ooh, Andrian Usagi is in general chat.
Nice. It's a friend of mine.
E.
All right, cool. I'm going to hit the go live button and we'll get the show on the road. Everyone good? Everyone ready?
Yes.
Before anyone has to be like, oh, I forgot to do that. All right, cool. Alrighty.
I forgot to cry myself to sleep.
I didn't.
Just as soon as I hit live, Tim. God bless you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
After the stream. You do that after the stream.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dice Hard with a Vengeance, your sort of weekly show here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Live.
Isn't it bi-weekly?
I've lost count at this point of how the weeks work. Whenever we can get on here is whenever we can get on here. But we are back. Thank you everyone for joining us. We would like to apologize for last time. We had a lot of technical difficulties. We've hopefully fixed those. And we hope that tonight goes much smoother. But as always, shout out to our sponsors, Raise Energy, available at repsports.com. Use the promo code Curbside8 at checkout for a nice little discount. They have some wonderful flavors. I'm putting an order in this weekend, finally. So definitely get you a nice energy drink to get through these crazy holiday times. And also, a fun little treat for the holidays, jerky. Specifically, jerky from jerky.pro. So go to their website, use the same promo code Curbside8 at checkout to get you some nice deals for the Christmas time. And of course, shout out to Andrian von Ziegler and OBP Musical for providing the music for tonight. Shout out to J1 Studios for all of this wonderful art you see before you. And our new partners, Collected Comics, with their 3 locations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They had a huge sale today. I got to stop in and say hello. So go check them out. They're a wonderful shop, and so glad to have them along. With that, Tim, take it away.
Well, when we last left off, you guys, there was a little bit of a period there where you guys kind of could take a break. You did a little bit of shopping. We are still in the city of Aria. This is after dealing with the Hydra and the Gold Cult. We'll call it for now. You did, in fact, talk to the proprietor of the local brothel, who now, with a power vacuum, is the most powerful being in Aria.
Emphasis on being.
We'll see how that falls out as we move forward. You at least made a decent impression enough on him that he gave you some contact info for somebody that might be able to help you guys moving forward. You're supposed to meet this person in the Black Pelican, which is also where you said you're going to meet your ride, Captain Cassandra. So there's a little bit of build up for today, and then we'll be off and running. Let's immediately pick back up where we cut off immediately. Was Corrales was in the middle of a conversation with a robed patron of the Black Pelican, and you see Corrales walk back over to your table, and he looked a little freaked out, a little concerned, a little in thought. And he sits back down, and he's just kind of mulling over whatever he just went through.
Clarification point. the only it was I want to verify it was described that the only people who actually could see the person was Basilisk and then Corrales because he was there to talk to Corrales, right? Like none of us.
I don't believe
I couldn't see him.
Yeah, Basilisk
I
couldn't
couldn't
see him. The only one that could see him.
Okay.
Sorry, I was gonna let Cam go.
No,
I thought she had
only
something.
Torin saw Corellis go over to the table and
he
like
didn't see
the
anybody
chair
at the
move, but he didn't see the actual person.
Yeah,
Right.
got it.
Apparently, who or whatever he spoke to didn't want to be seen, except by Corellos.
Except by Corellos. So.
This shit's getting old fast.
Well, as long as they're not trying to kill everyone in the room, which we're still alive, so probably means they didn't mean any harm.
Honestly, at this point, trying to kill us is the least annoying thing half of the entities we face can do.
You know?
Honestly, I think I'd rank it at like number 2 or 3 on the list of most annoying things they could do.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from with that.
So what's number
He's
one?
getting real fast.
Probably bullying the cat.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Scritches on the cat.
You
Cat
see,
scritches.
he is the little displacer kit and just kind of purrs at you.
He's so cute.
That's the cutest, horrifying thing ever.
I did send that to you, right, Liv? The stat block for the displacer kitten.
Yeah.
Okay.
As Draco says that Basilisk will feign indignancy and say, "Well, that is quite rude and hurtful to say. I think I'm rather dapper."
You're extremely dapper, Basilisk. Very dapper indeed.
But he's adorable.
Everything's adorable when it's small, the eyes are large, and the head is oversized.
I know.
Me?
I suppose that's why.
I'll stop him when he's wrong.
No, that would. Flashback to just gnomes, halflings. Yeah, no, this tracks. The math checks out.
If anime has taught us anything, it's just the bigger the eyes, the better.
Right.
Wasn't that theory busted? Anime characters are just cats.
I've never heard that, but okay.
I'll send you the picture. It's like an art. It's hilarious. It's like the visual build up makeup of the faces is based off cats. It's great.
Oh, I've seen that.
Whether or not it's accurate, I don't know. I'm no doctor, but it seems like it tracks.
I am, but not a medical one, so take what you get.
He's gonna order some.
Kind of like your druid who doesn't know anything about nature.
I'm Draco Archimedes, and I hate nature.
You know all about them stars.
Yeah, man. You come with the constellation sickness. I got you, but that rash, don't know, man. Don't know.
Right now, we're 0 for 2 on nature-oriented druids because Kit knew about dandelions, mold, anything that would grow in a city sewer.
Yeah, she was a city druid. Yeah. So
she was a city druid. Yeah, we're 0 for 2 on druids that know about nature.
Well,
being an indoor kid with extra steps.
So played out, man.
A druid that knows about nature. Ugh.
Yeah, so basic. But on that note, can I do a perception check? This just to I guess suss out the place. I don't know. Just see if anyone's paying a little too much attention to us or whatnot.
Give me a perception check.
V's gonna order some meat scraps for the cat.
I rolled a 7, but with the plus 12, that's 19.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That's the lowest you've ever rolled in perception.
Yeah. Wow. Plus 12. Yeah.
Hey, that sounds like V's deception and sleight of hand and insight.
Okay. With a 19, it is a fairly busy tavern. The Black Pelican seem to be right in the middle of the rush hour. Food and drinks are flowing. V, no problem. You order like a little basic little kind of scraps for the displacer kitten, so he has something to kind of munch on.
Sorry, sweetie, they don't have any charcuterie boards. This will have to do.
It does not. It does not really protest. It's just going to town on it. You do not see Cassandra. However, you do hear a raised voice off to the near the entrance to the tavern as this figure steps through the front doors. Your attention is drawn to Cam, please.
Got you.
Thank you.
Ooh, my.
Hold on, I have to close the stream now. And ta-da!
Oh my goodness!
Hi guys.
Hello.
We have art and everything? Oh my god!
Yup.
Yeah.
How long has this been in the works?
3 weeks.
Something like
2
that.
weeks.
We asked the questions.
My bad.
Lee, you enter the tavern, the Black Pelican, and you see it's kind of busy. There, you've got the clink and clatter of servers going back and forth. Food and drinks are flowing. You know why you're here, and you know what you're looking for. You need some help. Hired help would be nice. You're 100% sure that you're not going to be able to do this alone. There's everything. Just tell you what, Lee, give me a perception check.
I can...
Hey, first roll.
First roll.
First roll, big money, big money.
I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm scared. That's a 5. Hold on. 19.
19.
I'm bad at math.
Set the tone,
You
set the
see,
tone.
you see,
You're
kind of off to the side. Kind of off to the side, you see a group that just one look over looks like a couple sailors, sure, but they're all well armed. You're kind of scanning the room. You see this kind of group of misfits at a table. You see a copper dragonborn, a minotaur, 2 humans, a tiefling, and they're kind of commanding the room at the moment. It is definitely a group of adventurers, well armed, but it's a weird group. That none of that makes sense. But those are the most of what you catch on just walking in and just perusing the tavern for talent, so to speak.
I want to see if I can get closer and listen in on what they're talking to.
Just say for this, just give me a stealth check.
Okay. 18.
18. Good to know.
I would like to state that I rolled a 5 on the die.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Well,
That's
Okay. Oh no. What did you roll, Draco? Your perception?
The roll was a 19, but my passive is like a 22.
It wouldn't matter. Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
So you guys go about the lady comes by, takes an empty plate where there were scraps for your kit, and like, would it like more? You see, as it's the server lady's kind of double taking to the displacer kitten.
Can I insight the cat to see if it wants more? I'm like, do you need more food?
It just looks up at you like Puss in Boots.
All
Give the cat more. You give him more.
You give him anything he wants.
Okay.
I'll take any, I don't know, fruit if you have it. I doubt it, but.
I'm sorry. That was the most me saying. Okay. I doubt if you have fruit in this dump. I fucking love it.
The shade. I love it.
Basilisk will look over at the server.
V is so tired of dive bars.
Okay, yes, the chandelier isn't made entirely of platinum. I'm sorry that is your metric for dive bar. All right.
Sweats and chandelier.
I'm just gonna look over at the server. I apologize for my friend. She is.
So I hear her approaching us, correct?
Yeah, we're not there yet, but yes. You see as this server kind of like does like a all right, whatever. I'll see what I can find, and she walks off.
She's gonna
yeah.
But I was about to say she's good in that fruit.
What is else? Everybody else's passive, by the way.
18.
18.
Shit, how do you calculate that again? I'm so sorry.
10 plus your mod, so your mod is what, a plus?
12.
No, it's not that great.
I'm saying my passive perception is 12.
Here's the 12. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Sorry, buddy.
He's better.
It's okay. You don't have to notice anything. Draco will notice everything for you.
They'll point it out for you, and then you can kill it.
Okay.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Okay, so Basilisk and Draco, you do note, as in Lee, if you would like to describe your character.
So she is about 5'6", blonde, human, has brown eyes. Her eyes like constantly are darting around the room, like she's looking for any kind of threat. And there's like a permanent smirk on her face.
Basilisk, Draco, that is what you see. And it seems like she's not unskilled at stealth, but you caught out the corner of your eye. You know, she's kind of paying attention to you guys and just, when you're being watched, It's that kind of thing.
Can I make an insight check to try to read if this is a threat?
Yeah, roll
like if
insight.
this is something I need to be concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always
12.
a threat.
12.
Stay threatening, bitches.
Run me your pockets.
All right. It's tough to read with the 12. Intense, difficult to read. Doesn't appear to be aggressive moves made towards you, but you are being watched.
See anything that interests you?
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Is that a displacer beast kitten?
It sure is. He's also got little gold cuffs and like little dainty cat armor.
Why
You see, as it is exactly this little black displacer kitten, the little tendrils kind of flaring out, and you just see as it just.
Don't be rude to new people. Can I insight the, like... Because I wasn't told that she was stealthing on us. However, this person just walked up, and it's sort of like, oh, that's more forward than people tend to be in these kinds of places. Like, just like a general kind of...
Yeah, go ahead, V, roll insight.
Just want to kind of get the feel of, like, intention here. That's going to be a 24.
24.
There it is.
Yeah.
just overall, Lee, what's the overall? Just scoping them out, just kind of.
Yeah, I'm just scoping y'all out. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with you guys. I mean, there's a bunch of really random people, a lot of very standout people grouped together. Like, I want to figure out what this is about.
Gotcha. Yeah, the woman with the Displacer Beast cat has like curly raven like dark hair. She's got like piercing blue eyes, a very like fair but like mid-toned kind of like olive complexion, and she is wearing like a gorgeous like red like velvet and like like basically like not like a ball gown, but she's wearing a very fancy like going out dress and has like a very like a chiffon red veil that goes down her back with like a beaded hem, and it obviously goes forward, but she has it back right now. And she has all kinds of like gold and ruby accoutrement and jewelry and whatnot, and the cat is wearing like a tail cuff of gold with a little ruby on it, and like every one of its 6 arms have like a matching like gold cuff with rubies on it, and she's just like she gives you this look of like she has really like vampy makeup, like dark garnet red lips and a little bit of like a neutral tone brows. Like she's like done up and it's just great. And she's like, she gives you a look that kind of is sort of like interested in you, because again, V's like hiding, but she's very rarely do people come up and talk to us in places like this. So she's just sort of like, yes, he was born yesterday.
I would ask why you were traveling with something so dangerous, but I see the rest of your party, so...
Oh, you should see them when they're full-sized. This one's just a little guy.
I have, and I don't want to see them full-sized again. Thank you.
I'm sure there's worse things out there than him.
Very little.
Wow.
That's those Vietnam flashbacks.
What just happened like 48 hours ago?
The million yard stare. Fortunate Son's playing in the background.
Everything that has happened since Basilisk has seen these people is just playing in rapid succession. Like, oh yeah, no, there's nothing worse than a Displacer Beast.
Land sweats in Displacer Beast, we sweat in Hydra.
Yeah.
Draco's going through that same shit because, like, from joining the party till now, it's been one fucking thing up and just keeps going.
Plus, whatever happened to you on your honeymoon, that's got to be trauma central too.
Hey. Some trauma we don't mind reliving.
V sort of like gives you a look and just goes, no, but there's humans far worse. There's people far worse than this little guy.
That I can agree
with.
with.
This kind of vague, like congenial but standoffish kind of look.
I would like
just
to...
for. Go ahead, Lee. Sorry.
Oh no! You go.
I was just gonna say, just for Lee's sake, if you want, you guys just do like a brief description of what you look like. Just kind of give her the overall. Yes, we have the art, but it is kind of nice, and we haven't described our characters in a while for people who'd be watching. So,
all right. You'd see Basilisk is a sizably muscular 7'4" Minotaur in this radiantly silver armor that covers him from underneath the chin, like a gorget that sits outward all the way down the body, very ornately paneled and layered, a very Segmenta style. The edges and intersections and underplates are a beautiful bronze color. On his back and shoulder, there's a deep, verdant cloak and a shield that's sort of a crescent. It's the kind of shield, it looks like a hoplon, but it has a crescent section cut out of the top, almost as if to hold up and pass a spear or thrusting weapon through. He has a very ornate belt that is of a different make and material than the armor, and currently on his back, sitting up almost like a flagpole or that a bannermen would carry. You see a beautiful staff that is vaguely veined with that same silvery metal, and that kind of splits and crosses back over itself in a diamond shape almost. Each joint and intersection has a bit of relief or motif of metal that just has this sort of semi-natural air about it, like vines or leaves in relief. He has a full beard. The rest of everything else you can see, he has dark chestnut fur that covers his face, and a almost like a nutmeg brownish auburn hair that kind of flows down, probably around about 1.5 to 2 feet, and a slight scarring from like the base of the neck that kind of runs up underneath the eye.
Draco?
When you Draco is 6'1", 6'2", dark skinned human. He has dreadlocks that's in his ponytail. You see him wearing this blackened studded leather armor. And like the most distinguishing thing that you see is this owl bear. Yeah. Owlbear cloak on his back, and you see this staff with the shape of a snake at the head, and this beard that happens to be covered in pearls and jewels.
Nice.
Oh, but I'm the fancy one. Okay.
You are fancy. I have
Wow,
one.
pretty ostentatious stuff you got there, Draco.
He knows how much that costs. Do you? How much is a banana, V? How much is a banana?
Well,
Yeah, that's what I
7
thought.
gold.
Exactly.
Torn?
Next to the Minotaur, you see about a 6'3", 6'4" copper dragonborn. Not as like a bright shining scale color, but almost like a worn out penny that you'll find, because it's been a second or two since he's gotten to actually get properly cleaned up. He is surprisingly in what looks like almost a brand new suit of full plate armor. So they kind of clash. He's got He's got two very large morning stars at his hips, almost like 2 pistols in a holster. And then on his back, a very creepy, like almost skeletal bow and arrow stringed across his back.
Oh, and important to note about the woman, she is wearing no armor whatsoever, and the only weapon she has on her is like at more of the small of her back. She has this like, it's a short sword technically, but it's such a short blade, it's more of like a big knife, and it's just like the most ridiculously ceremoniously ornate short sword.
Oh, that's right. She
of
does have
like
that on her still.
of gold to silver roses and rose thorns, like thorns that blossom into full roses on the hilt and go up like a silver thorns up the blade. And
Oh
it
my
looks like
God.
when you cosplay and you make a really fancy weapon to wear with your pretty outfit, like it does not look like this thing has ever seen battle. It looks like if it did, it would be a bitch to clean. And like it's like so it's more of an accessory than it is a weapon.
Also, George isn't here, but I'll just explain Corrales real quick. You see a very young, probably in his teens, tiefling, purple-skinned tiefling with I'm trying to remember how his horns are.
Burgeoning young man beard.
They're like twisted back like goat horns.
Yeah, curled.
The ram, like okay,
Ram
yeah,
horns.
twisted back, and you do see a shimmering, just sackcloth, just black obsidian colored cloak that shimmers in the light. Anytime the light hits it, it's almost as if the light is swallowed by it. It's very dark.
This kid looks like he spends all of his time in the library listening to My Chemical Romance.
Nice.
Absolutely. And he does have a little bit of
in there.
peach fuzz. Just a tad bit of peach fuzz coming in on the chin. Like it's yeah. Definitely that preteen. Hey, look, see, I can grow one. Like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Right. Very nice.
We're all very proud of him.
Well, you all seem an eclectic bunch. I would like to flag down somebody and order a drink and just pull up a chair like I belong here.
He shoots the group.
Easy enough to do.
We know we're here to meet a contact, right? We're here to meet Cassandra, and then do we think our contact is meeting us here, or we have to go find the contact, right?
You know that the contact is meeting you here. You were not given a description or a name, just that they would get in contact with you.
We were just told, okay, gotcha, yeah. So we were told that they would
go here. I know someone.
Yep.
Yeah. Very vague.
My buddy will meet you there. Just
Right. Can I do a kind of like, okay, can I do like a perception just to kind of appraise like what weapons you have on you, what her gear looks like what her affiliations kind of look like? Because we were told it was an Order of the Mystics contact. So does this person look at all like they have any, like, would I be able to, if I'd be able to suss out any kind of affiliation with that? Like if they look...
Quick perception check, sure.
Yeah, just the state of her gear, the state of what they kind of look like. That's going to be a 16?
16.
No, 17, sorry.
17. I don't think we did message about this. You don't have anything on
open.
The outs? No.
Mm-hmm.
No,
okay,
so you don't see any markings that would identify her as the Order of Mystics.
If she sits down, because in my mind hovel, I'm sitting on one side of the table with Corrales because he was next to me, and then I got Torin and V and Draco, so I'm assuming she's sitting over here. I'll kind of shift ever so slightly and kind of lean down and kind of put my arm under the table out of view, and just kind of in a very amicable pose, just very, very like, hello, little child, what can I do for you today sort of pose.
He's very small next to the Minotaur, just like...
Howdy, neighbor.
I know I'm very big. I apologize for however the optics look right now. I'm not gonna like lean down and be like, hey buddy, what's up? But we both know what this is.
Not to talk to short people.
Rogers are...
You're trying not to be intimidating.
I'm doing everything I can to not be intimidating. However, I am making sure that my casting hand is not visible.
Oh, okay.
And I will say, so it appears you are looking for something, and it is of enough importance that you're willing to put yourself out there, so to speak. So, what is it you need?
Darling, I put myself out there anyways. Regardless, I believe I ordered a drink earlier.
Yes, you do. At this moment, the server does come by with a drink for you and even more scraps for the Displacer kitten. And you see there's a little more, and there's like a slice of orange on there.
Look at that.
Make them use the last of their garnishment. Make them use the last of their garnishment.
I wouldn't.
It's like half an orange. But yeah,
basically whatever it wants.
V overpays for it and sees if the Displacer Beast wants a little fruit or if he's just interested in the meat. It's like testing him out. Trying to learn how to take care of this damn thing.
Immediately devours the meat first. It goes after the meat first, and you see as it's kind of like pawing at the fruit and kind of like sniffing at it, and it's making up its mind.
Takes one of his little wappily bits, stabs it accidentally.
Right.
I'll take it off his little wappily bit and eat it. It's a learning curve.
I could tell. So, you're asking me questions, but I'm curious as to how a group like you ends up in a place like this.
We get paid to do things. We accomplish things, and then we get paid for accomplishing them.
Interesting.
We have our own goals. We have our own things that we are endeavoring to do. And if there is something that you are looking for and it coincides with, or at least does not interfere with what we need, then perhaps we can have a nice amicable conversation as to what sort of interaction this is going to be.
Fair enough. I do respect your formality. Well, then I'll be blunt. I need some assistance with a search of sorts.
So you walked into the nearest tavern to find the biggest, scariest looking people to hire? Do we actually look like the biggest, scariest people here?
I mean, Basilisk is literally a minotaur.
I look. Okay, that's a bad
Basilisk
question.
is
That's why
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Literally-
I'm literally wondering,
Taruk's
are there
somewhere,
scarier
too.
things
So,
here
like,
than us?
they're...
I'm gonna put it
Sad
this
move.
way. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. You just take a look around and you note that, like, everybody else looks like they belong here.
Commoner stats
But,
got it.
like,
Your custom character in a cutscene.
you definitely see, like, there's a group off in the corner, looks like a couple pirates, but like you just skimming over them, just like they're not a threat.
right. Okay, cool. Yeah,
Um,
V kind of sizes you up. And I'm sorry, how do you say the name? You haven't given it yet, but how do you say the name, Lan?
Yen.
Leanne. The woman sizes you up and just sort of smiles and is like, well, your boldness is appreciated, and it seems like my friend is willing to give you the time of day. I will say that I'm sort of employing this talent at the present moment, so we'd have to have a pretty good reason to, well, I think they need a pretty good reason to take on more work at the moment. She gives you like, hey, don't poach my talent kind of attitude, like
Right.
at the moment. But we'd have to have a pretty good reason to deviate.
Okay. Quick question for GM.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, how well known is the Order of Mystics?
You are known by certain circles of nobility. You are known by certain adventuring guilds. And you, for the most part, the common folk don't know of you because of what you do. You
Okay.
deal in the history of Thrandia. You deal in the secrets of Thrandia. There's only there's a small field of people that even know your existence and would even, it's kind of like a need to know thing.
They treat it a little secret society-ish, don't they? They've been very bonded with us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna size up Lady V real quick, take in all of your accoutrement, pull out one of my daggers and stab it in the table. On the butt, on the hilt, is the emblem for the Order of the Mystics.
V kind of looks at it and just sort of goes, well, you are bold.
Torn will reach out and yank it out and look really good at the symbol. And then he'll
Matches the one you saw in the robes at the party.
He'll stick the dagger back in the table, but almost like lean the handle towards.
Yeah, when you do that, V kind of when you stick it back on the table, V puts her hand over the symbol, flips the dagger around very deftly in her hand, keeping the symbol kind of hidden, and hands it back to you. Might want to tuck that away.
I normally keep it tucked. Appreciate it.
So you're the one.
I feel like that. Never mind.
Am I?
When duty calls. Can I do a perception check really quick just to see if anyone is paying any special attention to us since all this has happened?
Roll me perception.
Sorry, now I'm getting paranoid.
Well,
15.
15. You take a look around, quick glance. Doesn't seem like anybody's really paid too much attention.
Gotcha.
Well,
I would like
unless
to
you,
second that check, actually.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Lee. Give me a perception check.
Okay. 18.
18. You also kind of look side to side, just real quick to see. Doesn't appear like anybody in the bar is taking notice.
Okay. Excellent. You mentioned something about waiting on someone?
Well, we were waiting on
I was
someone
about to
with
ask
that
that.
symbol, and unless you took it off their corpse, I'm pretty sure you're the one.
Last I checked, I don't touch corpses.
Well,
Good practice.
that's a good thing.
Were we waiting on Cassandra for? We weren't meeting her quite yet, were we? Like
no.
we were gonna meet her once we were meeting her once we were like concluded.
I
to
think
check
she
in.
gave you it was 3 days, and I think you're in the middle of day 2.
Copy. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is effectively what we need. All right. We will suggest we sort of finish our lunch, just to not, She'll lower her voice very low and kind of smile as she's feeding meat to the cat. Kind of, if anyone's looking in, she just hasn't changed her attitude, her posture at all. Just goes, maybe we finish a little lunch before we head out, so it doesn't look like we're of interest to follow. Like this meeting needed to be ended abruptly, and then we immediately got out of here, and it gives us a good reason to be followed. Just kind of, why don't we have some lunch and find a nice, quiet place to chat?
I wouldn't mind that at all. Besides, I have a drink to finish, so.
Well, cheers.
Okay.
Except for
Slancher.
wine.
Okay, so you guys have your meal.
Yeah. More to the point of just like making sure nothing pops off in the time, right? Kind of give us a chance
Right.
to get a good eye on everything so we have a better chance.
Little
what
idle
he's
chit
trying to do
chat.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to clock everybody, and that way when we leave here, it's a little bit easier to tell if any of these people are following us.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the entire party roll me perception, just to have that.
Oh no.
I'd love to roll above a
One of
6.
Joe's
Yeah.
one weakness.
Hey, 13. 8, 9, 10, 11. 21.
21.
10.
21. 10. 2 21s and a 10.
Really
We're
good
going to
modifier. I've
Vegas,
been rolling
baby.
like trash.
Draco?
Yeah, a million. What do you got?
37.
He's
28.
doing math. 28. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Natural 20 for a 33.
Good
Damn.
lord.
There it is.
Yes.
All right, now
Let's
we're racking them
go.
up. Now we're racking them up.
Okay.
We've got 2 of them now. All right, cool. Good with your ambush,
Yeah.
buddy.
Okay.
Yeah,
What you got, Draco?
yeah, while everyone's finishing up, I just want to excuse myself from the table, and I want to use a wild shape to make my wild companion. What did I call it? Andromeda. I wanted to
Andromeda.
form Andromeda again and
Mhm.
have her, do aerial renaissance.
Reconnaissance? Yeah.
Yes,
I got
that
you.
word.
A renaissance. It's
Aerial
just-
renaissance.
in the sky.
She starts painting.
Finally, some culture in this party.
Finally. Oh.
Yeah, I'm painting ceiling, but I'm going to be painting dudes with the dicks out.
So yeah, if I can summon an Andromeda and have her fly out a window and keep an eye out from the sky.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So between the party perception checks, mostly the end, and Andromeda, you guys, you finish your little meal, you make it as inconspicuous as possible, and you guys slowly kind of casually leave. You are fairly sure that nobody is tailing you. You do notice a couple of the typical glances it's nothing more than, holy crap, a minotaur walked through the door. And hey, you don't see too many tieflings around here, do you? It's pretty much that kind of the what you're used to at this point in the campaign.
I didn't think about this too. When V gets up and we walk out, kind of like slung across her back, like low on her shoulders, more like a cape than like a cloak. She's wearing a dark black cloak with Displacer Beast tentacles.
Yes, yes,
Got
you
a real
are.
vibe going on.
Yeah,
Very like eccentrically themed, richly.
yeah, yeah.
Do people always look at you like this?
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Again,
When
you
I
get
travel,
that,
I do it heavily armed.
you get that this group garners a lot of attention just by existing.
I can see that. I can absolutely see that.
In my defense, I am a 7-foot cowman, and there is no amount of social propriety that is going to prevent people from noticing that I am, in fact, an over 7-foot tall cowman.
Yeah, I think everybody in this party is significantly taller than me.
Yeah.
How tall are you again?
5'6".
5'6".
Oh yeah, V's like 5'8" and she's wearing heels, so V's
think-
like 5'9".
So
I
6'2".
Even Corrallos is taller than you. Yeah, I think.
The woman, so the woman, right? So like V is walking, the Displacer Beast is walking alongside her on this like long silver string that looks a little strange, kind of like a piano wire but silverier. On this like long silver string attached to his like velvet ribbon collar or whatever, and she kind of drops back to walk next to you and just goes, "So I don't think we caught your name actually, dear."
It's Yan. Yan Defoe.
Pleasure.
Indeed.
She pointedly does not give you her name.
And you all are...
Odd.
Mm,
But I'm Berenice. Lady Berenice.
pleasure.
You can call me Basilisk.
Thank you.
I'm Draco.
Very nice.
Torn.
You
Excellent.
see,
Come
the
now.
tiefling
You don't
just
want to
kind
say
of
this
puts
whole thing?
No.
the tiefling puts his hand up. It's the first word he said to you the entire time. I'm Corrallos.
So now
What
that we're all
crawled in-
friends,
What crawls into his bunk and died?
He's just not.
he gives you
talking.
like a brittle smile and just goes, "He's quiet.
Yeah.
Don't talk shit on the don't talk shit on the boy. Don't talk shit on the boy. He's just quiet." Bitter mom smile.
Okay.
So, you guys
Where
are.
are we taking our new friend?
Yeah, where are you going? I'd like to know.
Kind of now that we're out of like we're more walking, where we can maybe be like I feel like moving and talking is better because like it's such a blur that like if we're subtle enough about it, we're just sitting in one place.
Basilisk will immediately, like, if we're gonna like look for a place where we can talk, he's gonna immediately
Amphitheater,
beeline.
our hotel.
Yeah, but I want to see if we're being followed, and if this is, I want to see if she's being followed. So
Your perceptions are basically withstanding, and between that and Andromeda flying overhead, you are fairly sure that you are not being followed. Nobody in the party is being followed at this point.
Yeah, we will say. So we do have we always have our hotel, but we also have that quiet, abandoned amphitheater we came into the first time. I would say the farther we go, the more likely we are to catch a tail, and we know that place is quiet and out of the way.
Yeah, the amphitheater would be roughly, I think, like 20, 30 minutes from where you guys are.
Yeah,
You're
not
Oh, that would
right.
be ideal then.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking going to like the dock and like using the sound of the ocean to kind of help drown out our conversation. But if we're gonna go to a place like that, that would be perfect.
Yeah, I think the amphitheater is perfect because that also gives us a 30-minute walk of being able to check our periph and make sure that it'll be a lot
Yes.
easier to catch a tail.
Yep.
I'm not paranoid. You're paranoid, or you're wrong.
We also know that the owner's not.
It's only
there
paranoid
right
if you're
now.
wrong.
You are 100% sure that Rynan is not there.
The number of mops they go through at that place has to be staggering. Anyway.
Yeah, we're like, he'll probably still be busy.
Busy.
He won't mind if we crash his pad.
Occupied.
Occupado, yes. I'm sure he won't mind if we make use of the place.
Okay, so is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys go. It is an uneventful walk to the amphitheater. Once again, those perception checks are going to be. Those were just. They're walking perception checks right now. You are not being followed. No, it doesn't appear that anybody in the party is being followed. Andromeda hasn't noticed anything. You guys are golden as you make your way back to the abandoned amphitheater where you had once met your elderly gentleman, poet and playwright, Rynan.
No locked door, it's just open, and we're just like...
It is absolutely open, yeah.
V like goes to the handle like, you know, oh, we can obviously handle this if it's a problem in a twist, and it's like,
Yep, it's open.
Just for shits, V does like a very subtle cursory glance that's just a check for traps, like, I don't trust this crazy bitch.
Go ahead, roll.
Poke it open, check for traps really quick.
Go ahead.
14.
14. It does not appear that the abandoned amphitheater is trapped.
He's just like, yeah, he didn't seem like he had the intention span for such a thing, but never hurts to check. Let's the party in.
He's very.
Let's the party in. Was looking for the wine we got when we first got here.
Yeah, you guys make your way back. It was basically like a backstage area that had been basically his living quarters.
Right.
Once again, you see, Jan, you see a room. Basically, like I'm saying, like it's the storage closet at every high school. You know, it's just play, scenery. Of actors' cloaks and wardrobe, wooden swords, plastic bits of armor set off to the side, a whole stack of dresses that have a layer of dust over top of them. The amphitheater has not been in business for many years, and it looks it.
Can I dig through the dresses and see if there's anything that could work as a possible disguise?
Give me an investigation roll.
V sees her looting the place.
Oh.
As V's digging out the wine that's not hers, she's just like, rude.
21.
One is for everyone.
Hold up. I gotta look up something here.
So you're pulling wine and you're calling me rude?
Yeah, I'm literally being her head. Being her head is like, rude. Pouring someone else's wine.
That's such a V thing to do.
That is.
It's not rude when I do it.
Yeah.
I'm important.
Because
V
if
is
I
like,
asked, I would have said yes.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, I'm sure.
Punch his fist. Yes.
What was that investigation roll?
21.
21. You see it's like a pale blue dress, and you look on the tag on the back of it, and it appears to be a dress for Antigone.
Oh my god. I'm gonna swipe that and stuff it in my bag.
While you're doing it at a certain point, V kind of comes over and looks at the dresses too, and she's watching and pick one out, and she goes, oh yes, that one will go with your eyes. He looks you up and down, she's like, that one will match well. Good for your skin tone.
Oh, thank you. What are you drinking?
Oh, here. It's not great, but it's here.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. That's the best.
Your
It's
favorite
cheap
wine
wine.
is free. Your second favorite is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Free is always the best.
This is the first. This is the first one. It's cheap wine.
It's not like rotten guy. It's not made in a bathtub.
No. But it's not. It's not good either.
It's from the corner store, and I've been on a ship for several months. So
it's Mad Cerberus 2020.
Oh no!
Oh, God damn it. Okay, now we're going to have the confusion effect, and we're going to see vapor trails coming off of people.
It's not that bad, but it's like a screw top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mad Dog 2020, you just break the top of the bottle off. You already know where this night's going.
The blood and the shards are what add like half of the notes to the drink.
Crunchy.
Yeah, sure. But okay.
But when, as you guys are breaking into this poor deranged man's wine stash, and hopefully nothing else, because I don't want to know what he has actually hidden in this place.
Take a black light to the street.
No, we're not.
Happiness is an
You're not
investigation
cast
check away.
No, we're not. No.
How curious are you,
Not enough.
Basilisk?
Be your boss. I am your voice of reason. Don't. Also, don't sit on any surface that looks like it's been used in the last 6 weeks.
Why?
It's better.
He
that
fucks.
Oh,
way.
he's an
We're just saying it out
deviant.
loud.
I understand.
This man has a very active social life.
He's got a VIP card to the brothel. Like he fucks.
He's sex positive. Don't malign him. He's just a very sex positive
Amazing.
older gentleman with.
It was originally just a Burgess Meredith type, but
This is where he lives.
we ran with the thing, and now this is.
Also known as
Just broadly.
Burgess Meredith can fuck.
Well, yeah, sure.
I mean, if the stories are true, apparently fairly well.
Oh no! Oh,
Look,
Welcome to the show, Lee.
you put in the time to earn that VIP status. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that wasn't something he bought.
listen, you had to buy 7 footlongs to get that 8th one for free. That's all I'm saying.
He has a punch card. But he always loses the punch cards, so like he's got like a dozen punch cards that are like half full, and he tries to cash them all in at once.
There's a stack of half scratchers in the corner. I'll use
None
them
of my
eventually.
characters belong to me. It's fine.
This is such is the curse of being a game master.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should have just killed him off when you had the chance. Now that he
I should have.
exists,
Yeah.
we're inventing backstory.
His NPCs have a habit of fighting him too. Like when they do roll to do something, and they just no, this is who they are. And you can't change that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even our
fine.
fault, really.
No, it is our fault.
Anyway,
Don't ever think that it's not.
But,
So,
Basilisk pointedly doesn't sit down on anything.
yeah, we take her to like the stage port where we had our little chat the first time we got there.
sure.
He's
Yeah.
not like
perusing the cheap wine and the props, and then
Torrance
You make
sits
your way
on
to
the
a-
Definitely got her
dustiest box
wire.
he can.
yeah.
yeah.
Just looks at a really terrible Minotaur mask. That looks nothing like me.
He's not acting outwardly paranoid by any means, but there's still
Exactly
this,
like
like,
him.
well, I know where the exits are, and I know where people would come from, and I know that we're sitting 5 feet away from the new person at all times. You know, garrote wire range, but not close enough to really be in melee.
So what are you looking for?
Ruins, maybe. They may not exist, but
Mm.
Okay, one of those.
I'm not exactly in the strength department. And you all seem like you fit the bill, so if there was any trouble.
Who are you expecting trouble from?
Who are we not expecting trouble from?
Well,
That kind of thinking is what gets you out here, away from civilization, in a room with a bunch of strangers that are at least as strong, if not stronger than you.
Fair, but you don't know what safeguards I have for if I mysteriously disappear, of course.
I suppose that brings us back around to you need something from us, but if you're who we think you are, then we may need something from you.
Precisely.
And that is...
We were hoping you'd know, but we have an interest.
Oh, I'm sorry. I show you that I work with a secret order that prides itself on keeping things hidden and safe, and you expect me to know something outside of what I needed to know in that moment. That's cute. That's cute.
That you needed to know what you were going to be doing for us, but I suppose we could brainstorm a little.
It appears to me this is a very simple situation. You were dispatched to locate potential ruins for some reason, and the implication is that by doing so, you will gain something that is either going to be of use to us or is going to be of use to you to a degree where, upon retrieval, you are given something that will be useful to us. Unfortunately, if this is not the case, then while you are ostensibly in the same league and with the same folk that we are here to meet, if the secrecy is so great that you have nothing to offer us, then at this point it becomes, if we have free time, we do a job to make a little bit of information and a little bit of money. I'm just trying to be honest and very clear. If there is something that you believe will be of use to us, even if you want to play your cards close to your chest, you don't have to tell us what it is. Just merely say that it exists, and that might be enough for us to be more inclined to risk whatever unknown adversaries you are worried about.
What if we tried it this way? Because it seems to me that the only two ways this works for us is if what you've been dispatched to do and what you need from us either overlaps with what we're trying to do, or if us helping you gets your organization to truly come in force to assist us on this matter. If what we do for you is enough to cash in, it's worth our while. If you are also trying to get rid of this cult that plagues this city, we have overlapping interests.
Well, I'm trying to keep something out of their hands for certain. Does the name Daedalus ring any bells?
I'm not even gonna roll if he doesn't know history.
I would like
can
to
I
roll. Probably won't
I
succeed.
will allow, anybody who would like to roll history.
Okay.
Name Daedalus means anything to you?
All right. History?
25.
17.
25, 17. You're not even from this country.
I know.
That's amazing.
Lauren's pulling out a
And
fucking
he is.
like he
9.
conked in the head with a book. Just wait, I remember a thing.
It's
I'm sorry.
hilarious too because V is so obviously Thurandian. Like she looks and acts and dresses. Everything about her is so obviously Thurandian, and she's just like, I didn't pay attention in school.
Joe, you said 9?
Yeah.
9? 9. Okay. Sorry.
No.
No, Basilisk. Nothing. I will say your history would be a lot. It would be more so centered on your own people and not as much on Thurandian history per se. And that kind of matches up. You didn't exactly know the significance of some of the people you've ran into at this point, and a lot of stuff as far as Thurandian that wasn't important to why you were here. So that matches. Draco and Torin. You do know, Torin, you do know that there was once a very well-renowned inventor known as Daedalus. You know that some of the greatest scientific advances for his time were kind of his work and his own doing. Draco, I don't know where you would have picked this up from, buddy, but
I'm a researcher, baby.
Yeah. You absolutely came across this, and you are aware of several constellations named after both Daedalus and, more importantly, his son. I apologize. I think I hear a car horn, and I don't know if it's...
I don't
too.
know
It
whose
really
mic
threw me
it came
off.
from, but I heard it
Is
too.
Cam, is that us? Is that our side, or is it through the mic? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop.
It might
I keep
be
hearing a
outside
car horn.
your window?
Yeah, I
Okay.
heard
I
it.
didn't hear it
I
through
heard it
mine.
while you were speaking. It's got to be outside of your window.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, it was a little distracting.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Icarus.
Okay, it was
Car
right
horn.
outside.
Draco, Icarus, you are...
It's totally you.
Yeah, it's
They're
And it's-
fucking with you now.
somebody's
They're
messing with me.
They're
Somebody's...
fucking with you.
Yeah. Somebody's doing it every time we start.
Icarus, Fuck that Icarus!
They're on the stream right now. Just hold
Yeah.
on.
Like, no. He's been doing too much mythology. Interrupt him. Okay.
Thank you for watching.
Get off the stage, Blue!
Draco, you are familiar with the story of Daedalus' son Icarus, and you're well aware of the story of the entire myth. I'll send it to you if you want, Chris. Chris, do you know it off the top of your head?
They were locked up. They made the wings of wax, and he told his son not to fly too close to the sun.
Yeah, you got it.
Weren't they trapped in a labyrinth with a minotaur, and that's part of why they...
Daedalus invented.
Daedalus
He
built
made the
the
labyrinth,
Minotaur.
and then Minos
Yeah,
lost
Daedalus
all
built the
powers, and
Minotaur.
nobody could figure out how to get through
Built the
the
labyrinth. Sorry.
That's why he was
Yeah.
locked up in the tower.
Gotcha.
It was also made so when Minos summoned that really sexy bull that he was supposed to sacrifice and then didn't, and then Minos' wife, the queen, got really into the bull, he made her a bull suit for recreational
Cow suit.
purposes.
Oh, yeah,
It was a cow
yeah.
suit.
It was a bull suit.
It was an anatomically correct cow suit. Otherwise, the physics don't match.
And that's how the Minotaur was born.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Hi,
I'm a
that's
reference.
just
For
I was about to
reference,
say,
Chris.
uh,
You're well aware of the myth, and that's what I'll say with a 20. What did you say? 21? 25. Yeah, no, you're well aware of the details of the myth, and you know why there's a constellation named after his son and such and such. You are well aware of the story and the myth.
yeah.
That's as far as your knowledge would take you. However, it seems like Jan might know a little something y'all don't.
Basilisk, you wouldn't like him. We're familiar with the name.
Well, the ruins might maybe contain a vault that he made. With probably more inside. As far as I'm concerned, it's a wild goose chase with traps involved, but I'd rather check it out than let somebody else find something powerful or valuable.
Well,
So,
we're looking at.
do you know if this current cult is actively looking for it, or
Do I know that?
seem to be concerned that they
I was
can't-
waiting for this opportunity. Go ahead, Lee. Give me a history check just for you.
Okay. 21.
21. Yes, you are aware that if your order came across this information, but it wasn't just of its own research, you're aware that if there are cults moving, and you obviously know of the one in Arya, and the bigger problem is the Brotherhood of the Night Eye in Thrandia, you know that this rumor didn't. It's made its rounds. It could be of interest to the Brotherhood. It could also, once again, just be a rumor. It could be an empty ruin with absolutely nothing of value in it. That's why you were sent. If the order had more positive proof, they might have committed more resources. But this is definitely a lead and a lead only.
Right. I'm the scout.
Also, with that history check, you would be aware that you strongly believe that the ruins might be beneath the city of Arya, because it is not uncommon for cities to be built up and built up and built up upon itself. So if there was a Daedalus vault here, maybe start below the city.
Well, let's put it this way. If we know about it, then somebody else definitely has. I mean, we didn't find it out of our own research. But say what you will about this place, it's definitely well above where the ground level was a couple hundred years ago. So why don't we start there? down.
At the risk of sounding too eager, end of the day, we either keep something out of their hands and then subsequently our problems' hands, or we run into some cult members and seeing how they're difficult enough to identify. Seems like it could be worth our while if this will draw them out and we can at least find, either we find cultists or we find a vault. Either way, whether or not we find a vault, if we find cultists looking for it, that could be worth our while.
See, both of our needs are serviced. And I don't have to worry about dying mysteriously, digging under a bunch of dirt in the city.
Asking, and I hope you don't mind. I know appearances can be deceiving, but at least in my personal experience, mystics tend to employ mages and researchers and whatnot. Are you a sort of more active on the ground force? You don't seem of that type.
You don't seem
very
magical.
Well, I'm very
What's
good
your
at
deal?
stealing information. I'm very good at stealing in general. What better to send into a vault than a rogue?
Well, of course, but I suppose different. Didn't realize the mystics came in such different variations. Sort of on the ground force.
Yeah, you get V. You're kind of coming across the idea that with the Order of Mystics, mystic in the name doesn't necessarily mean in the job. Let's say
Right.
that's branding. That's not we're all mystic.
Sure, yeah. So she's kind of wondering, like, are you the fucking expendable on the ground forces they send out when they need to figure things out?
Let's say it this way. All thumbs are fingers, but not all fingers are thumbs.
That makes sense.
We each have our own jobs within everything, so.
He's like, yes, anatomy, I know it well. That's
Um,
it totally lands. I totally understand what you mean about fingers. But I think I take your point.
Speaking of which, new friend, I have a random question. It's gonna sound strange, but it's very, very important.
Oh God.
You don't have any tattoos on the palms of your hands, do you?
She holds up her hands and wiggles her fingers once again. No.
You see.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me let Tim talk
You
first.
see?
Tattoos on my hands? I just have these tattoos on my hands.
You don't see anything. You see bare
everyone's
palms.
coin purses.
No. You see all of your money.
Son of a bitch.
No, you see nothing. Bare palms.
Oh. Whew. You know, I was starting to like you, and I was really worried you were gonna have a red eye right here, and then I wouldn't have cared if you'd walked out of this room, because you wouldn't have. But I'm glad we're
so
all
hard.
on the same page.
So hard to hide those.
You would know this, by the way, Jan. One of the distinguishing marks of the Brotherhood of the Night Eye is a red eye tattoo on their right palm.
Well, I think that'd be rather bold of them to come up and pretend to be Order of the Mystics.
Yes, it would be. It'd also be very bold to walk into a private room with people who hold a grudge against them.
It sounds like you speak from experience.
V he tries to hide it very well, but she's sort of like that kind of congenial diplomatic smile that V's had this whole time. She twitches for a second, then just a very brief second.
So do you wish to go now, or do you wish to go in the morning? If you go in the morning, I can find us a path. If you wish to go now, we should be able to, between all of us, at least find evidence that whether or not it exists.
I would say we do have some resources to run down between our two friends we've made so far. Basically, between Mary and the Rakshasa, we at least could ask. I mean, what are you thinking, Basilisk? What ability do you have to find ancient hidden vaults?
A lost vault of Daedalus under the city of Aria sounds specific enough where legend lore would work.
Okay.
Why the order doesn't employ that, I don't know, but hey, I can employ it, so I will, and I will abuse it maliciously.
As well you should.
Let's see. I suppose we could.
I have divination now. We can use that to hopefully give us a leg up.
Yeah. I think the
If you
legend
want
was
to do
probably
that.
our best bet, but would we need to kill time? Because we definitely.
We would need to wait till tomorrow, which is a
Yeah.
lot of time given our window.
Well. That being said.
We could always talk to a contact of mine and, well, follow up on a lead and see if they have any more information for us.
Is this the kind of lead that we could all walk up to without being too conspicuous? I mean, this isn't.
Are they a friend, or do we need to smash and grab this lead?
I would hope a friend. My goodness. I mean, you were just partaking in his establishment, so.
I see. Well, we know where he is. I suppose that's a two birds with one stone. If he comes up dry, we could talk to the owner of said establishment. Because
we going back to see Therados?
I was gonna say, I mean, if that's her contact, then it couldn't hurt. We've got,
Yeah.
If it all comes up completely fruitless, we could always wait till we. Now, the 3-day thing, that wasn't necessarily like we were going to check in with Cassandra at 3 days, right? She didn't basically say you have 3 days and then I'm leaving, right? And even if she does, I'm sure we'll find out right back.
No. Yeah, you paid. You're getting. It's not a one-way trip. You're getting a round trip. Okay,
for sure. But
so
what I mean
it was
is,
just a 3-day, and then check in, and we'll see where anybody's made headway, kind of thing.
Yeah, I was just
she was
going
to kind of pull her own strings and get her own
deadline of 3 days.
Nah.
So we could go run down some leads, and if 3 days. So if we go run, we can go run down Therados at the brothel, and if that comes up dry, we can absolutely maybe talk to the Rakshasa. If that comes up, without enough sufficient information, we could always come back here, crash for the night, and then do legend lore if we don't feel like we have a group of leads. But it sounds like you have at least a lead idea. So
are you sure it would be wise to touch any of the other surfaces here while we're asleep, or?
I was thinking,
not at all.
I'm sure there's it can't be everywhere. But
does anybody have thaumaturgy?
No one is that hydrated. I'm certain
yes,
there's
I do.
Yes, I do.
Just saying.
Why am I glowing? Why am I glowing?
This is a weird thing.
Why it's like taking a black light. It's like, oh no!
Beast being so prissy for this woman being so put together and so prissy. She seems incredibly unfazed at the idea that they're, she's like, well, first of all, one man can't be that hydrated. There's got to be somewhere safe around, and also worse things have happened. She's oddly just unfazed by the idea.
In the background, you just hear "ha," and you see as a dummy is knocked over as Corrales has a wooden actor sword. And as he was apparently dueling the stage dummy.
Good form, Corrales. Good form.
What?
Be sure to keep your elbow nice and secure and swing through with your hips.
I'm okay with waiting for tomorrow.
Yeah, we can go touch base with Therados, and then if that doesn't give us sufficient enough data, we can always do legend lore in the morning, which I honestly think would, depending on how well this lead goes, I think that that's probably best, just because that's an incredibly useful resource that we could get probably additional information, but we could absolutely get all the information we possibly can by checking in with your contact, and then, in the morning we'll use our resources for that.
And just for the sake of mentioning it, you know that Taruk has kind of become like best friendy with whiskey. So they're kind of off there doing their own thing, kind of just, he's around.
Right. All right, well.
That sounds like a plan.
If you guys want to do that and go to the brothel, I think that's a good place for us just to take a little break.
Right. Sounds
and
good.
we can just fast forward, get to the brothel, and that's where we'll pick up when we come back.
All
All right.
Well, we're gonna
Sounds
take
wonderful.
a brief break.
Yeah.
Lee from Collected Comics, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on your Twitch channel.
Android Usagi.
Android Usagi, thank you for joining us, and welcome to the game.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And also,
Excited.
I'm glad that me and Tim could keep the secret until you showed up. So
that was impressive.
I didn't say nothing.
No, didn't. So thank you, Lee, for joining us, and we'll all be right back after a brief little break. We good?
Yeah.
How long do we normally break for? Like 5 minutes?
We shoot the shit. We don't time ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not on the clock. It's
if you
fine.
Need a snack or a beverage.
It depends on
We'll
how
wait for you to get back.
Goes.
Yeah.
Well, I did see somebody with what looked like a glass of whiskey, and honestly, that looks very good. I will be back with one of those.
It very much was.
Yeah. I had rum and coke.
I meant to pick up. I meant to pick up some Crown Royal on my way home.
That sounds so good, man.
Yeah, rum and coke with a bit of grenadine. And at the start, Quita made a fucking margarita with a bunch of fucking tequila. So I'm a little buzzed. It was so much fucking tequila, bro.
I think that went well. I'm very happy with that. Yeah. I'm very happy with that. So I've had my phone on the charger the whole time, so now I can use it. Okay. I'm gonna go beat up the car. Here's what I'm gonna do. Right when I started talking, every time, and I'm just hearing like in my ear, and I'm like, is that through the mic or is it us? Like. Right. That was exactly what I was hoping would be a good story. Are you? I'll let you know when I figure it out. Oh, that's a good one. Adjustment. There you go. Now that you've said it, it was so. The one from the Order of Mystics, and she took the place. And she's like, oh, I don't know. Here's what I read on the scroll I found. Right. That would have been so amazing in hindsight. Right. I was legitimately. Yeah. Agent. Because I was thinking about. I've seen what you paid for. Lizard Brain goes, well, there's only two ways she gets the stagger. Either she's in the order, or she's so long in the order. But considering the order is really strong, probably not going to be the latter. Thank you. I wish I would have done it. I wish I would have done it. Right? Wish I would have done it. Surprise! I don't know. I guess part of me is just like, oh no, when we get our friends to play, like I want them to be like helpful. Yeah. Campaign 2, I'll have her be like a tripwire for you guys. Guest character come in as a double agent. Yeah, like right? Oh yeah, Dawn. Yeah.
Why is she evil? Why does she have a different voice?
Everybody at the pool.
Bucky. Come here. Come here. There he is. Bucky, say hi. Bucky, say hi to the people.
I'm back.
Oh, hello, Connor. Butch, do you want to say hi? Oh, come here, little bubby.
Oh, that's adorable.
He knows it and he will use it against you.
Yeah, sounds like my
can confirm.
Okay, ready to go back down? Okay. You're beautiful, buddy.
I'm very, very thirsty.
Oh, I did get a little snack of ice cream, but I thought you guys would appreciate the mug. It says, "Don't talk to me or my gay D&D character ever again." So how long have you been playing the Dungeons and Dragons?
I think altogether, I think it's been 2.5 years, 3 years now.
Nice.
Like, this is actually my first. When I did the few episodes at first, this was like my first time actually playing. Like, Draco is like my first character I ever made. Hence the
Very
reason why.
cool.
Hence the reason why he's suboptimal in a way, because I didn't know how the fuck the stats worked. But
I'm gonna.
That
My
happens.
favorite thing is when stats are suboptimal because you have to make up for it in other ways. You know, you can't just.
Right.
As long as
run
you're
in.
fulfilling the role that you are telling the party you're going to fulfill, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, as long as you have a plus 13 in your stealth, you can have a negative in your strength. That's fine.
Yeah, that's literally how Draco's made. He has a plus 12 in perception, but I think my strength is a -1.
Yeah.
They'll make jokes about it, but like legit, the one thing that I knew, like doing research when I first made Draco, was like perception is like so important. I was like, okay, well, I'll make him good in that, because like someone joked that Draco's druid and wizard clothes, and that's so
Yeah.
spot on. Like, he's an undercover wizard.
We've got two wizards, neither of which are wizards.
No, you don't want a wizard. Wizards are squishy and good with ketchup.
It's so fun though. Like, I love the the fighter wizard build. Like, oh man, Blazesinger with Eldritch Knight fighter.
Yep.
That was
Mhm.
that's my second character, and I love Lucian so fucking much.
Yeah. To answer your question, yes, the mug is amazing. Next June, I'll get Die Hard Dice's gay dice. That's what they every June they do the gay dice every year, and they're really great. I have a set of their black and copper that's my one set of dice that I use.
Oh wow! Oh my God, no! God
Yep.
damn it! Sorry, I've been using. I have a fountain pen that I like to use, and I accidentally got water on my notes, so it's all kinds of smudged.
But to answer your other question, I've only been playing tabletop for about 5 years, 6 years now.
And you
off and on.
only have one set of dice?
Well, I've been running a campaign for 3 years now. Yeah.
And you only have one.
Yes.
I'm a dice
Those-
goblin. I have like
These are
7.
my dice.
Well,
They
he
will-
doesn't like with the dice limitation. It's a lot more of a money thing.
He doesn't like to roll.
Dice are
Like, no
expensive.
fucking hates rolling physical dice.
Yeah, well, I don't like rolling dice. I literally am building. I don't like luck. All right, I don't like relying on luck. So I build characters in a way
I mean,
where,
Max, how you doing?
well, it's not. I build characters in such a way where they can do the thing they need to do reliably.
Mm.
Whatever that thing is.
Regardless.
And,
Did I say my character is this, and then I roll below a 10 every single time?
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. But yeah. But I've been running a campaign. Running one campaign for 3 years. I am running a campaign that's been going for
A year.
Has it been about a year now?
It's been a year.
Okay.
That's
It's been a
crazy
year
to
now.
say out loud, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's only died once.
Yeah.
Not dead yet.
No, I'm talking about
Oh, no,
character,
my
his
first character
campaign.
death was on the
He's
show.
only- He's only
Okay.
killed me once.
To be fair, your characters are surprisingly killable, Jay.
They are not. You
That is
all love bullying.
Okay. No. Let's look at some mathematical breakdown real quick. All right, you want to do that? You want to play them? Let's play the math game. Hey, bud, you're the one that runs in. What's your AC?
16.
So you're a frontline paladin with a 16 armor class. I'm a healer. I am a support character. Oh, you don't really know what our characters do. You don't really know what our characters do mechanically, do you?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, this is going to be
She's
fun
only
because
a few episodes of the stream.
So I've
You're
watched
going to-
the stream, but like the way that my brain retains knowledge is that it doesn't. Like I was watching Doctor Who, rewatching it with my boyfriend. I've watched all of this before, and we get to the one where the son is alive, and I was like, wow, I don't remember this one at all. And he's like, what do you mean you don't remember it? The son's literally alive. I was like, yeah, this is not important. I don't know.
I think it's always fun. I think our classes are always fun because, like, the way George plays his character, he plays like a shady wizard, right? But he's not. And then, like, Draco is obviously an unnatured druid, which is amazing. My class is fucking weird for the character I chose to be. Joe plays his character completely weird, huh?
What is your class?
I am well, now I kind of don't want to say.
Oh, okay. I
You
see
don't.
how it is.
It's actually super funny because I didn't tell the party what my class was for the first, I just didn't tell them. And then we had combat, like, the third game I was in. And everyone's like, you're a monk? And I'm like, yep.
You're a what?
I was like, martial arts die. Add martial arts die. And they're like, you're a monk?
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta stop putting that on my notes.
This is a mechanics question for you, and this is just so that I know if and when. Do you have dark vision?
No.
Okay, cool. Then it will not matter for you.
That's going to be fun.
This is going to be really fun. Then it won't matter. It'll be great.
Nothing's gonna happen to you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I apologize if Basilisk comes off as he is not hostile. He is very cognizant of the situation.
No,
Yes,
I just really love the everyone is like huddled around talking to Yan, and Yan's like this.
And we're back. Thank you for your patience for our little bit of extended break, but we're back. And Tim, take it away.
Okay, you guys made your way back to the red dancing light. You will find, in fact, upon entering, you see the same the same woman kind of manning the floor that you ran into the last time. You're seeing Lee, your character, I believe we've said that you've gone to the brothel once, right? That's where you made contact with the owner. So you would have noticed this. This isn't brand new, but it's worth noting. Everyone who works here, there's a demonic flavor to them.
Oh, okay.
There's you see the two guards flanking the door. One's kind of I don't want to say orcish, but larger pig-like features. The other is more canine-like. The woman manning the floor, kind of like the floor manager of it, she's kind of giving off like tiefling vibes, kind of dark elf vibes. It's the races are not clearly defined. Like you can look at Basilisk and say Minotaur. Things aren't quite so easy to identify here, and you're noticing the flavor. Even upon the first time you noted the bartender is basically an imp. So this is out in plain sight. Everyone is aware of it. It doesn't appear like anybody's frightened by this or anything. It's basically you get the idea that this whole thing of this business ran by the Rakshasa, more likely all his employees are in service to him.
Now that we've made our impressions already, V will take less point than last time. Now that we've made our impressions, they know who we are. It's not super necessary.
Right.
Yeah, when we come in, Bastos will try to clock whatever Yen's demeanor is or reactions are, just as a matter of course. But he will come in and wave at the imp. Hello, little cousin. How are you doing today? I hope everything is going well. And then he will look over at the tiefling woman. Hello, cousin. We are here to speak to the proprietor, if that's possible. It's a matter of importance, but we do not wish to interrupt if he is currently busy. And then, as I say that, I'll look over to the two. It's the same two guards, right?
It's the same two guards.
The canine one. All right.
One was more like canine featured. The other more pig featured.
And Basilisk will approach them and say, I know you may not be able to drink. No, that's not fair. Are you able to drink on the job lightly?
Which one are you talking to?
I'll talk to I'll talk to the pig one, because the pig one, the pig one was the one that was the most talkative last time. The canine one was just a little bit more frothy, like possum screams in the night.
All right, let's take all the pretenses away. The now fashiony looks down at you and just goes, yeah, I can drink.
All right. Basilisk will pay for a round for the party.
He's going to look at Basilisk and go, we're not doing the Malort shots again.
No, God, no. Look, I understand.
Not with that
attitude. It is disgusting and insane and intense. I happen to like intensity. It is also not good. I'm aware of that.
Just for point of clarification, does we're not stopped on our way in, correct? Like we're sort of let in.
No, they let you go through.
Hey, it's you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Are we sort of?
I apologize. I was looking for I was looking for another picture. I sent a couple in the chat the last game.
Because Basil, we're
But,
gonna look for oh my god, the theater man.
There. I found one for the pig one. I put that in the Dice Hard chat. Yeah, no, you are not stopped. They at the very least know of you, and they know that you're doing business with the owner. So you are not being quite as hindered as you were the first time.
Yeah, so we can look around. We can go look around for what's his name.
Yeah.
Therados.
Yeah.
Therados. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure I get them each like a beer, an ale, or a lager, whatever. Whatever sounds good.
You see is the demon. Yeah, you see as the demon with the wolf-like features kind of like narrowed eyes, kind of a little suspicious. You note that the second that you bought him a drink, the pig demon is a whole lot more amicable, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I appreciate it," and just downs it like it's not even. He doesn't even breathe through it. Just, I like these. This group needs to come back more often.
As long as we are in town, we will endeavor to be patrons of this fine place.
You see, as it's like half of that ale is kind of dripping down from him. But
I'm not judging. I've seen weirder things. Maybe not much weirder, but I've seen plenty of weird stuff.
Yeah, you hear from the bar. You see as the imp. That's the only way that he's gonna be able to afford a beer.
We gave you a good review with the boss.
You see as the imp kind of lights up, this kind of fiendish smile comes across. He's like, really? Oh, it means I might get a raise. I appreciate that.
I get 7 extra souls a month.
You don't know how you're getting paid.
Oh my god.
They pay well.
A lot.
I'll say maybe
There's gonna be a Cambion in like a year and a half at that rate.
Mm-hmm. You guys want to stand guard while we suss out where Therados is? I mean, I'll talk to the when you guys move on to the
upstairs in his weed lounge.
Well,
that's exactly where he is.
And in the front. I'm like, not to be uncouth, but we are here for a particular individual, and I'll let her know who we're looking for.
Right, and she immediately kind of. There's very little in the way of resistance or, oh no, he's busy, come back another. She's fairly well aware that you're in the middle of business with the owner. You are not hindered, and she kind of waves you guys upstairs, back up to his hookah lounge.
He's just being polite and congenial. Well, so we're gonna look for Therados first. We're looking for anywho. We're just being polite. Letting her know that we're not.
I assumed you were there to talk to Therados. Who are you looking for?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Everything's good.
Okay. Cool.
Yan is, just for clarification, kind of sticking to the middle. She's recognized that you all are a lot bigger and take up a lot more notice than a small human. So she's just kind of using you as cover to be less perceived.
Give me a stealth check, Yen.
Can I give her advantage? Can I
explain to me how, and I'll let it happen?
Because she seems like she's useful. She has information that might be useful, and she might be a useful resource. So, because she is not a threat, and she is someone that might be useful for what I need to do, because of what we need to do, I will actively try to take point in front of her because she is small and easily blown away by a stiff breeze. And I am now strong enough. I am now yoked enough to meet my fucking. I wasn't yesterday. I wasn't this morning, but now I'm fucking.
That is worth noting, Lee. He was a very scrawny 7'4" Minotaur before.
Can I insight Lan just because I want to suss out if she's like deliberately hiding from anyone or if she's just pulling the fucking like rogues, try to be unseen, like, for the sake, like, be unseen as much as possible because that's the smart move, or if she's like actively hiding from something or someone.
Roll insight, and yes, Basilisk, I will allow that. Yeah, and you've got advantage on the stealth roll.
Okay, so the first roll was a 17 on the die. The second
Okay.
roll was a 15 on the die. So that makes the 17 carry the
29 or a soft
2.
30.
40 or 30? I think I'm bad at math.
It's
Hold
a
on.
soft, yeah, it's a 30 because you have a
30?
plus 13 to stealth.
40, but 30 sounds like it's high.
30.
30, it's only 30.
God level
First of all,
roll.
Only
You
30.
only rolled a 30. So,
Gosh darn.
Stares at Draco.
for all intents and purposes, Jan is gone. Basically using Basilisk for cover. She's gotten low enough to where she kind of gets completely lost in the shuffle of you guys moving about.
Nice.
Corner of V's mouth kind of twitches up like game recognized game. And with a 14 on the die, that is a 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a 27 for an insight.
27 on the insight. Jan, what's the overall intent? Or what's the overall vibe?
The vibe is more, if nobody sees me going in, then nobody knows, like, if anybody at all clocked me, then they wouldn't necessarily know that I was traveling with you all or that I had a contact here. So
Okay.
it's just a precautionary, I'm not here, you don't see me.
It's
Yeah.
tactics, you're not hiding.
No
from
one
something.
can say they saw you if they didn't see you, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
V just sort of like, the corner of V's mouth kind of quirks up and she just kind of like just murmurs to you in your little hidey crouch. She's just like, well done.
I say nothing, I am hiding.
Yep.
Also well done.
You guys make your way upstairs, up the spiral staircase. You make it up to that like open lounge area where you do see Therados, and he is in the same seat that he was the first time that you met him. You guys all remember him, but let's just to set the scene again. You don't see any other chairs in this sitting area. He has a chair. The rest is just like seated cushions about the floor, and he is in the middle of puffing out a chain smoke clouds. He is hitting the hookah hard. You almost don't see him sitting there immediately, except you see the glowing yellow eyes from the other side of the smoke, and you know that he's there. And once he actually kind of like a wave of a hand you see is the backwards hand of the Rakshasa kind of waves off the smoke, and you see once again you see his full form this time. It is more white Siberian tiger coloring, glowing yellow eyes with the hookah in his right hand. You see also he this time is kind of doffed in like a velvet like lounge suit, kind of like a little less formal than the last time you saw him.
Is he in a velour tracksuit right now?
I was thinking more of the Hugh Hefner kind of.
Okay. The sex robe. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a smoker's
It's
jacket.
more of
It's
like
a robe.
Smoking jacket.
the smoking jacket, the velvet smoking jacket. They're like,
Got it.
He's a regal demonic cat that runs a brothel, okay?
Yeah. And once and he's the only one in the room.
Yeah. We all know the demonic cat.
Yeah. It's the time
This
knife.
is
We've all
normal.
seen it.
This is normal.
We've all
This
seen
isn't
it.
bad or weird.
All that here before. This is normal for us.
And you see once again as this time as he kind of motions for you all to come forward, and you just see as he kind of power triangles, but as you know, Rakshasa, the hands are upside down, so power triangles kind of sits his face on top, just appearing to just waiting for one of you to speak.
V will take a little seat on one of the cushions by like doing that little flare of the dress thing, kind of like laying down sideways, all proper, kind of like taking one of the seat cushions.
Torn will once again politely point to one of the cushions, like, "May I?"
Kind of just kind of flicks the hand out. Be my guest.
Jordan will take a seat. Still, he's got a much like calmer demeanor than he did last time, but he's still kind of weirded out because it's a Rakshasa and because history. But he didn't walk in hands on weapons this time, so
Sure.
I believe we've met your contact.
I see that.
Suppose we're here for some clarification on a few points, and the hope that with our mutual interests in how things might pan out, you could maybe fill in some gaps that we still have now that we're all together.
Certainly. How can I be of service?
I'll kind of yield the floor to Yan.
Yan just pops out from behind, like the Minotaur, like out of nowhere. Just goes. So, we're looking through the catacombs beneath the city. We were hoping that you could help direct us to a specific era, actually, of underneath the city.
Also, should we be looking out for frog demons? Please say no.
You see, as the brow kind of furrows at the mention of a frog demon. I don't have any frog demons in my service. Why would you be worried about a frog demon?
Bad sewer experience.
Bad sewer experience.
Oh. No, you won't find any demons here that don't answer to me.
Splendid.
No. As to your question, he kind of like he kind of has to put that.
Put that thought
I don't want to
in
be
the back burner.
swallowed down.
Filed away.
Yeah.
You walk to the CEO's office and ask. Like you walk to the CEO's office and ask, "There's no woodpeckers in here, right?" And he goes, "No,
that's basically it, man. That's
you're
kind
freaking
of.
garbage.
there's no woodpeckers.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the stores and
Why
catacombs.
would there be woodpeckers?"
Give us information on the stores and catacombs. There's no woodpeckers, right?
Hits the button. Hits the button on his desk. Chelsea, let me know if you see any woodpeckers.
Marsha, cancel my lunch.
He answering going back to your first question. If there are catacombs, the easiest way to get there, I would surmise, would be the sewer. This is, to my knowledge, Aria has been kind of built up on itself throughout the generations. Forgive me, my knowledge only goes back a few hundred years, because that's when I took up residency here. However, I would say that might be the easiest way to find what you're looking for. If there's anything beneath the city, there's a good chance that if you go through the sewers and find any passages or passageways deep enough, you will probably find what you're looking for.
Can I insight check him and see, like, if he has any, like, oh, hey, I've clocked you, or you're not the first person that has asked about this.
Yes. Roll.
Okay.
Roll. I like this.
21!
Oh.
The first time I've rolled today, and I rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh, no.
You don't know what for.
Oh, no.
But Silvery bars.
You get
Draco coughs in his head.
wait, no. Do you?
I feel like it actually might be worth the because if he's really like if he was trying to remember information for us, I feel like it would be good to help him. Or he's about to call in the cavalry and have us all killed, in which case you just gave him the jump. It's up to you.
Nah, I'll save it. I'll save it.
Okay.
I'll save it.
As the guards
Jan, he is expressionless. He is not an easy person to read. However, there's a hint of I've been asked this question recently.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna be blunt with it then. So has anyone else come in talking to you about historical architecture or digging beneath the city?
As a matter of fact, they have. Mostly a group of humans. Kind of shady looking groups, if you ask me, but
Shady how?
Shady in how they were dressed. But
Burgundy cloaks by chance?
Dark robes, hand tattoos.
I didn't see any tattoos. A lot of dark leathers. A couple had robes. Not that the whole group had them, but I'd say dark colors, darkly clad. Never seen them before. But no, I didn't give them anything to go on, or simply because they couldn't do anything for me.
So
I would just say, simply to let you know, you're not the only interested party in what's beneath the city.
Any chance this excuse me. Any chance this Midas cult would be interested as well? Any chance we might run into any of them?
No, I highly doubt that.
Bummer.
Any word from them? Any whispers
Any stirrings
of them scurrying around?
Yeah, whispers. Yeah, you could say that. You could also say that the majority of the Arya Council now answers to me now.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I have no future in politics. Look at me.
Did our little misadventure with their pet change that power balance by chance? Any whispers about them scrambling after that?
I believe so. There was a hint of desperation. You see kind of like an unsettling smile over how happy he was to deal with this.
We definitely threw them off their guard, and he got to step into the power vacuum.
Yeah. You get that. Basically, what Mary told you guys was so. About half of the council was kind of part of that cult, and once the Hydra was slain, you kind of destroyed their reason for being, and now they were looking for the next thing to latch on to, and it's him. Say party-wide. Give me an insight.
Woo! Yes. It's a 17 on the die.
Fuck yes.
430.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Ooh!
Nice. It's a natural 1 for a 9.
Oh.
Is that
Boo.
inside, right?
Boo.
Yeah, inside Draco.
19 plus 8, 27.
27. Lee, did I get yours?
I got a 13.
13. Okay. I would say everyone but Jan and Draco caught this. It appears that he has taken advantage of the situation to further his own goals. However, the tone that he's taking, it doesn't appear that he wishes to do anything except for what he said in the first place. He wants things to return to normal. He wants business to return to normal. Now it is simply easier to manipulate most of the council for things to get smooth and go back to normal again. You don't detect any, believe it or not, nefarious purpose behind now owning half of the council. Now you get more of a, hey, look at this, things are easier for me now, not a haha, look at what I've got, you know.
He wants to kind of rule from the shadows and keep doing him, but he wants it to be easier. But unfortunately, he's got to like get off his couch every now and again. And you know, this was like, I have to get off the couch moment and actually. Okay, so
you got it.
That being said, I suppose V wants some clarification. Just interested in asking. So, for the foreseeable future, is the cult problem on hold or cleaned up?
I would say the cult issue in Aria is in a manageable position. I'm sure that not every member has pledged to me. I don't know how many members there were. I only know that 5 came and saw me at discretionary times within the past day. But I believe whatever you've done, you have certainly scared them my direction.
So as long as you stay on the uptick in this new power balance, they shouldn't be a problem.
Correct.
And is there anything more we can do in our time here in the near future to help maintain and secure that spot for you? Or have we done about all we can?
I can't think of anything in the immediate, but if I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Please do. On that note as well, given that your direction put us in contact with the Mystics, which points over Land's way, I have to wonder if this need of hers is relevant to our mission here. And what I have to ask is, assuming you have some better channel of contact to the Mystics than she does, hers seem to be very goal-oriented, would I be wrong in assuming that us doing this favor for them would potentially give them the reaction to do favors for us?
I think that's more of if there's anything to this. And there's a hint of not convinced from him.
Disbelief.
Yeah. This is something that would benefit all parties. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a favor for a favor situation, but that's more of your business than mine right now.
Well, maybe there's channels you could kick our request up if we need it be. Would that be possible? Land doesn't seem like she has a strong connection to who she's working, like a strong, channel of communication that she shared with us. So V's not prying her and just trying to see if the guy who put us in contact with the Mystics could use that channel.
I have plenty of connections. I just don't share them.
V smiles. Oh, she speaks.
That's probably a good thing.
Sounds like and he kind of twiddles his fingers back and forth. Sounds like a you thing and not a me thing.
Rather, I think that we've got the information we need.
Kind of nods.
Don't want to take up too much more of your time.
Certainly.
Well, as far as the sewers go, we have a heading to the sewers. That said, like Lan had asked earlier, because you had asked if there was like a specific like era he could point us to, would there be like somewhere in the city that would be a better access point to like the time period of ruins we're looking for? He said he only goes back a couple hundred years, but if we know about when this vault was supposedly made, would he have like a part of the city that we could, you know, rather than just going to find a sewer entrance, could he give us like a specific sewer entrance?
No.
Okay.
Sounds like you might have to just go exploring.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right.
Easy enough.
Story of my life.
Isn't it just?
Sounds like he
Yen-
just pointed you towards the sewers and said good luck.
Yeah, Yen at the isn't it just shoots like her eyes are just shooting daggers at V. She's just like, if you weren't helping me, I would rob you blind.
If you weren't helping me, you could try.
Jesus Christ.
So if we're leaving,
She's the only other girl in the galaxy. I don't like her.
we're like,
Yep.
the
The exact vibe I'm getting.
When we leave, if there's not
Mhm.
anything further, when we get downstairs, just gotta thank you for your time.
Certainly. If you have need of anything else, you know where to find me.
Seems like we have some exploring to do, but upon our departure, I'd love to schedule in a chat if you have the time.
Kind of nods.
She bows, she curtsies when she stands up, and then we'll depart. If no one else has anything. When we get back to the, oh sorry.
While we're leaving,
Yeah.
Yan would like to just pull V down to her level and be like, listen, you share information very liberally with people I barely know. And I don't like that.
She sort of like smiles down at you and just goes, listen, you give information very sparingly for someone I need to work with. And on that point, I need to have a chat with my associates, if you don't mind. Why don't you go have a drink?
As a show of good faith. And I just walk away to the bar, like, way out of earshot.
He kind of smiles to the group. A word? Goes to like a breakout sex pit.
Why does it smell like Astroglide and shame? It should be Astroglide and pride.
No,
It
there's
rhymes.
definitely
Incense and
a lot
shame.
of shame in this corner.
This is the corner of shame.
Everyone's a critic. Come on.
All right.
I'm gonna look at Basilisk and be like, is this what it looks like from me and Taruk on the outside?
Astos will literally just put a hand on your shoulder and not say anything.
I have some apologies to give.
Oh my
But that
gosh.
comes later.
When we get to the, little private sunken pit, V sort of like looks at all of you and goes, I already know what a reputation we have for picking up tragic wayside waifs that need assistance, and while I'm not going to pretend there isn't something in this for us, I just need to point out, the last time, being pointed toward the sewers to wander was on the agenda for me, I got captured and tortured by the Brotherhood. So, being given the heading of a sewer and being told to wander, while I'm much happy to do it with all of you, don't think it's something we should go into with our eyes closed. So, do we think, because I certainly don't at this point, but do we think that the risk is worth the reward here? And is anyone thinking what I'm thinking about the darker, shadier individuals? If it's not the Brotherhood, we only know of one other group that's interested in, that we've run into, that's interested in dark, wayward, powerful artifacts.
Basilisk will look to the party and then simply say, V, you have my voice and support. Whatever you decide, I will agree to. And he will turn and he will follow Yen to wherever she fucked off.
She was gone. No, we went to follow her.
She's
or go for her?
separate. No,
Oh,
she's
okay.
separate. Yeah, so I'm literally just saying, I literally just say, V, you have my voice and support. Whatever you decide, I will abide by. And then he will turn and he will join Yen wherever she went.
V turns.
Yan is at the bar. She is now currently 2 pints deep.
Yeah, you
Don't
guys
worry,
do
we'll
what you're
get there.
doing.
We'll get there.
Man,
Yeah.
a woman after my
But
own
yeah.
liver.
Yeah, no, I'm giving the full carte blanche. Like, V is the out of everybody in the core party, or at least the party that I'm familiar with. V is the adult, and everyone else is capable. So I'm just giving whatever V decides, however this conversation shakes out. A Basilisk will abide by it, and he has zero. He does not mistrust you, and so he will abide by whatever you're saying. But he's going to go to join Yin. But please continue. It's I want you to do your thing.
Well, when you leave, V just kind of goes, "All right, that's interesting," and then turns to Draco, turns to you three technically, and just kind of says, "The last time I got into something like this, it didn't pan out well for me. We all know how it went. And while I haven't talked at length about it, I can tell you it didn't go well. I'm less worried about that instance happening here. But I think I just want to make sure that if we do this, it's worth our while. And I think the best way to make it worth our while is to make sure that the Mystics know we need more help than they're giving. And maybe we can earn that help through this. However, that's the prize I see in this."
You're worried that A, we're going to get in over our heads, which is understandable given what little history you have. What little history you have shared with us. But we trust you. But you're worried about them not paying back the effort that we're about to put in. Especially if this is about to go south.
The last
I see
friend.
I see
Sorry,
it like this. You're not rolling in by yourself this time. We've all got your back.
Torin, I didn't go in by myself last time. And the last friend I took into something like this, he died bad. So, if I'm risking you to, I want it to be worth it, is all I'm saying.
Well.
She looks between you and Corrales when she says that, but then she spares a glance for Draco too. She looks at Draco, she looks at you for a minute, she's like, do I count? You know what? At this point, it's not as deep a look as she gave the other two, but she did not give you a look too. She did not include you in that.
Torn stands there quizzically.
Yeah, you too.
He's like, that's the first time you've ever said we're friends out loud.
I don't mind the little one. I like that she's forward, but that doesn't mean I'm not worried. Don't expect me not to be.
No, I'm just saying, that's big of you, and we appreciate it. Also,
that's character development.
Yeah, right? Look at that, character development.
He kind of like crosses her arms slightly like a child, like a little huffy about it. Like she's not like full on pouting, but she has like the faint trace of like a pouty child arm cross. She tries to play it off like more elegantly, but it's literally like a.
But
go ahead, Draco.
Nah, Draco's just gonna look at V and is like, well, worst case, if something does happen, we always have plan B, and then you start to see Draco's arm turn into mist and then reforms. So getting away isn't gonna be hard, and if this might sound kind of fucked up, but if we get away and the new edition doesn't, then so be it.
V has a sort of like surprise, like, wow, that's incredibly tactful. That's incredibly calculated of you, Draco.
You have earned V's respect.
Yeah.
V will remember this.
blip pops up in the corner that says like V's respect. And it's like, oh gee, what I've always wanted.
Draco earned V's respect.
Draco's earned
Achievement
V's
unlocked.
That's so conceited.
50 gamer score.
+2 to
Not
reputation.
V's respect.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you earned my respect.
It's a platinum trophy.
Is unlocked.
Yep.
That is a thing. Did he really earn V's respect or just yours? There's a big difference there.
No, V. No, straight up V. No, straight up V. There's a moment. V sort of is like respect. Wow, that was incredibly cold and calculated of you. Respect. All right, yeah.
Hey,
So
I mean,
anyway, all right. So
but no,
yeah. So
we-
you sort of
we-
judging on it.
I won't speak for anyone else here. I think the Order of Mystics is a strong and capable ally. And if we can do this favor and keep, we'll just say it, a genius inventor's toys out of the hands of one of the 4 evil groups that are after them right now, the 2 cults, evil mercenary group that we've fought twice, and whatever other evil cults are out there.
Unfortunately,
if
it
we
would be
can
too
keep-
much of a coincidence to assume it's not related. We should operate on that assumption.
If we can keep those groups away from, a very smart inventor's toys, which could include powerful weapons. I mean, we literally just found magic bombs that we've seen firsthand how powerful they can be. Imagine what kind of
Anything we
trinkets
have
are
to
in
at
this
least
vault.
up the ante of what our future state has. So yes, it's definitely a while. However, for me, I think a bigger prize would be convincing the Brotherhood that the Mystics that we're both on their side, and they need to take a bigger step here. If
I would
a
agree
more
with you.
proactive step, maybe.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly.
We'll keep eyes open for opportunities for that.
I think this is a good first step, though.
All right.
And of course, we'll keep an eye out on our new friend.
I'm not apologizing, but I'll try
I
to.
would never expect you to.
But I'll try to.
Why would you start now?
Exactly.
I don't think. Yeah.
Not apologizing.
All right. Well, I suppose we have a heading.
We have our heading, boys.
I think
Yeah.
honestly, with that information,
sorry.
I think Legend Lore is probably going to be our next move. So let's go finish our drinks and tell Basilisk the plan and
Agreed.
figure
Hard-
out where we're going to.
Hard cut. Jan, you just finished your second drink. The imp bartender is shoving a tankard, and he goes, "This is firewater. Now, are you sure this is what you want to mess with?" And he's slowly moving it towards you. Are you sure?
Yep. I'm fairly certain.
Oh my.
Okay.
I'm
You
fairly
see-
certain.
You see as he pushes it towards you, and then you see as his wings kind of slow, and he just kind of starts to hover down behind the bar.
Oh my god. Okay.
I feel like Basilisk is approaching, but he does not get there in time.
Basilisk comes up just as Yan, grabs the tankard and just goes.
Just polishes it.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Aye,
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
aye, Captain. This is not one of my stats. This will be fun.
You wouldn't
I
happen to
know.
be within 10 feet of Torin, would
Oh,
you?
is that a...
Oh no! Don't.
I hear it. Oh, no.
So that makes it a 3 total.
Okay. It goes down smooth at first.
Raggy.
It has a taste. If you're looking for a taste, it's like a mix between Everclear and gasoline.
What?
The knockoff Goldschlager.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And you immediately are like, that was a mistake. You didn't nat one, so I'm not going to make you throw up.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
It does not sit well, though.
All right, I'm tabbing out. That's it. I'm tabbing out. I need water. I'm done.
Basilisk, you see as Jan downs whatever this was, and you just see she, with your passive, she looks ill.
Was it, what was it? Because it looks like it hit you hard.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to. Just, no.
May, all right, I have a question.
You
May,
see, the imp
the
is.
group
You
have-
see the eyes over across the table. He's like, you didn't throw up, so.
may our group have finished up at any point in time when we get to walk up to the bar, and I see Yan absolutely ill. V just sort of like gives you like a look, and then she will reach down to her kitten and like pull a charm off its collar and just kind of slap it into your palm, and it's a periapta proof against poison. So it should lessen the illness at least the poison the. It's always helped me lessen the poison.
It helps. It certainly helps. You still have that like in the back of your throat kind of feeling, but it's definitely that takes most of the discomfort away. I'll say.
I've had a pre-hangover. I know what this is.
Yeah. There
She
you go.
slaps it in your palm and just sort of goes, "I'll want that back," and then motions the bartender for a glass of wine.
Thank you very, very much.
You see, as the bartender pours a glass of wine. No problem.
Seems to us like we might have gotten some good information, but not nearly enough for my comfort, so perhaps Basilisk's trick is the next step.
Mm.
I'm sorry, Basilisk is what?
The big one.
His
Yes.
trick will be for gaining more information. He has ways about him having to do with magic and the gods, I'm sure, and he has talent for that sort of thing, so if we get a good
You
night's
see-
rest, it'll probably give us a much better...
Corallo speaks for the second time in the past 4 hours, and he goes, "Yeah, he sees things."
Should I be? I'm gonna not be concerned because you seem like a very stable individual amongst everyone here, but that's still a concerning statement to hear.
He doesn't clarify. He just lets it hang.
Okay.
he just sort of like
Talk just about
gives
as
a
much
sort
as
of thought, get a nod, and sips. Well, let's see here. Basilisk, I have a question for you. V kind of shuffles over to Basilisk and not like totally private, but just kind of speaks directly to him and goes, the whole point of waiting till the morning is for you to gain back abilities you have. But once you offered me that you could look for someone via your skills, is that something you could do without rest?
No.
Then never mind. Other things are wrong.
Give me a sec. Let me check. Do I have that prepped?
While this is going on, Torn will order a round of drinks for
No.
Draco and Corrallos, and himself, of course.
No, we'll have to wait till tomorrow, but if we do it tomorrow, then we will hopefully...
The first one's straight ale.
Nice.
Let us hope we don't have combat tomorrow, then.
No, it's not that pressing, and unfortunately, I do think I might have other channels to figure. She gives a very brief glance over at our new friend, and just kind of is like, there might be other opportunities, but
Yan is just on the bar, like contemplating her life decisions.
Water for her, please.
I'm drunk. These people are assholes.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I got you. You see, it is in fact straight water. It's
V, if you want, I can also cast that spell as well. If,
Today?
No, I could do it tomorrow.
Mm,
Like, so Basilisk doesn't have to, you know. We can split the difference, is what I'm saying.
maybe
Because
I'll,
that crystal ball doesn't have to be attuned to a certain person. We can just
Okay.
use the same crystal ball.
I'll say it might. It's such a. Here's the problem. I'm not going to lie. It's such a slim chance that it's not worth the resources. It's worth them if we don't need those resources for anything else. So maybe. Hopefully, this will be a quick, easy cult hunt or item hunt, and then once it's over with, we can try it out then.
Draco puts his hand on your shoulder as you're going through. It's okay. I can do this for you. It's not going to take too many resources.
All right. I have two very slim options, and I'm not sure which one, if anything. All right.
I don't know what you're doing, so I'm just waiting on the official thing. I don't know what you're planning.
V thinks about it, and yeah, she goes, all right, well, I guess the first step is for us to figure out where we're going for the night.
Then are we at a hotel, or is that not?
You guys do have a hotel. Oh, well, you're in a brothel, but you have hotels.
Yeah. We can go back to our hotel rooms, I'm sure. I don't see that being a problem. Draco, did you say you had to do that in the morning? You could cast scrying in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. Huh. Alright. Then maybe we'll invite our friend back to our hotel. And
someone. Let me bring that.
Which is also incidentally the morning where I get my cosmic omen back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gone now. Hey,
Yeah,
it was worth it, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'd say we could, if we don't have any pressing things to do. I mean, we do all of our shopping and all of our potion buying and all of our stuff. So, I mean, if we don't have anything else to do, then it's effectively just bed down for the night, and then I'll come to Draco right at dawn.
As you guys kind of try to move Yan, she just... I used to do important things. I was a very important, cool person.
In your particular line of work? V comes over, tries to like kind of comfort you, gently takes the very aft back.
Oh, this is good. Another round.
We all used to be important, dear.
Whatever she had.
Okay.
V glanced at Basilisk and Draco and is like, "Oh, this could be
flutters
interesting."
away.
She's just like, "We all used to be important at one time or another."
Yeah.
Now I'm working with assholes. Assholes everywhere.
But very, very useful assholes. We promise.
It sucks. They're very useful assholes.
So useful.
You see, Torin, it's a bottle. It's see-through, and you can see that the liquid looks like you can see the liquid. Inside, it looks like it's burning. Like within the liquid, you see flickering flame.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
This is firewater. Boom, 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 boom. Then he shoves two towards Draco and Torin. I assume that was everybody who wanted a cup of it.
V's good.
No, thank you. Draco has to scry. Draco's got to scry in the morning.
Okay.
Don't drink and scry.
Don't drink and scry, kids.
Bad for you.
Basilisk?
Bad. So bad.
SUI.
No, he just shakes his head and looks off.
Okay. All right, just Torin.
He just shakes his head and looks off.
I'm not gonna make George drink if he isn't here. So, all right, Torin. Yeah,
Torn
give me a con save.
Torn will throw the first one back.
Yeah.
That is an 18. 17.
17. Oh, it burns on the way down. Oh, yeah. It's like... It's almost like the liquid version of the last burning embers of ash in a fire.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Whew.
I gotta be honest. You and her, you're the last two I've seen in a while who haven't thrown up after it.
I throw up for no man.
She's cut off.
That's good. That's good. That's a good idea.
By the way, he takes the bottle away. He goes, "Don't go heavy on this stuff, man."
I don't intend to.
Flutters back, and Jan, he has a clean damp towel, and he goes, "Put that on your head. That'll help."
She puts it on her head and does like a backwards salute, like with her hand like this. She goes, "Thank you."
Torn will very slowly sip the second one.
Yeah.
Just nurse it very gently.
Okay.
But V will kind of tell Basilisk, she's kind of sitting by Basilisk and Draco, and just sort of says, like, yes, Basilisk, I suppose if you wouldn't mind sitting in with Draco and myself, given your expertise in the area, could be useful.
About what?
I need to find, I'm hoping that the person I need you guys to find, if they're even alive, if they even exist, it's not the best of shots, but if it's true, then they might have a connection to the mystics that could be useful right now or in the near future. So if we have the chance, it might be worth trying to find them.
Clearly, that's more important than figuring out this situation, so fine. We can do that in the morning.
Well, I'm sorry. Draco was going to do it. You were going to preserve...
Oh, then what do you need me for? He can do it.
Okay, then I suppose that's fine. Thank you. I suppose it's good. I've just figured it's sort of your area of expertise. You've offered before, so you seem to be in the wheelhouse. Maybe
yes, and if you're choosing to assign that to somebody else, then do so. You are competent. So
Thank
if you're
you.
assigning that to somebody else, then do so. I don't understand why I would need to be participatory in that.
I'm not going to pretend like I understand the interworkings of this types of magic. And the last time you were in the room for something like this, you discovered a curse laid upon me. So I figured you have a good eye for the thing. But
We can deal with it in the morning, I suppose.
all right. Yep.
All right. Okay, if we want to fast forward, we can all get a good night's sleep, which will help some of us more than others. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the next morning. Get your night's sleep, you get something to eat. We are now getting ready for the trips down into the sewers of Aria. You guys have some stuff planned and things that you want to try and do beforehand. Now is the time.
My first, I get to roll my cosmic omen dice, baby.
Do it.
Alright, what is that? It's been so long since I touched this damn feature, I forgot what they were. We'll just... Damn it. Features. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's a whoa. I rolled a 1. So it's a whoa. I get to subtract a d6 from rolls.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go ahead and change out a spell to get Scry. And we will be ready to go.
I'll get with George in the week, just see what kind of give him a chance to prep his spells for today, because he will be obviously involved in the next game. So, everybody else, choose your spells accordingly. Get everything prepped and ready. What are we doing?
Yeah, V will go off to see Draco right as the sun rises.
Question for the party. Who ended up throwing me on the couch in their room?
Yeah, I was gonna say, where'd we throw the trunk?
Where'd we throw?
Basilisk had been attempting to have a conversation with her for the majority of the night, but since that didn't happen, then I would assume she either ended up with a V or Basilisk.
We can backtrack a little bit.
It's fine.
All right, we'll say the Basilisk that she ended up on your couch, and that'll give you a chance in the morning to RP before we get to the stuff that V's going to do. So let's do the Draco thing first.
With V or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. That's why I'm just saying it's the Draco thing.
Sorry, I thought I said scrying.
Scry. That's right.
So,
okay.
The question I have with scrying, so I know that the DCs change via like familiarity, but if I'm the one familiar and I have like a likeness of the person, does that affect the roll? Like I know possession does, but would a likeness of the person also would that count as one of those modifiers?
Yeah. That would be -2. I'm looking at it right now.
Yes.
Likeness of picture is -2 to it.
-2.
Okay. So here's the thing. So yeah, V comes to you, and she sort of says that if this is to be believed, this person is a member of the Order of Mystics, a mage of the Order of Mystics. I only know a likeness, and if we want to risk it, she'll take out a notebook where she's done a bunch of sketches and drawings and a lot of like writing, and she sort of has this likeness of a salt and peppered hair human with like a beard, kind of Doctor Strange looking, and just underneath kind of has the word like Erickson ? Sort of like, which is a bunch of like notes and whatnot that you can't really read, but it's just sort of like the likeness, a well-sketched likeness of this person. And then she'll sort of take off a ring on her finger that's shaped like a ram's head, and she'll just say, this is the person, and if I want to take a gamble, this might have been a possession he gave the person who gave it to me. So the problem is, the person who gave me this ring is more than likely dead. In fact, he's dead. But if who we're looking for gave him the ring, which he probably did or might have, it might be worth the risk to get a better chance at this working. But I don't know. So I suppose you're the expert here. This is the image of a man named Erickson who may or may not exist, but I'm familiar with who he's supposed to be, and that's who I'm hoping we can find.
Okay, V. I'll try my best, and since I know what I have to do, I'm gonna preemptively state that I'm gonna use my Cosmic Omen to make that saving throw subtracted by a D6 whenever,
What happens if you scry on a person and they're dead? Does the spell just not work, or do you know that where their body is, or what happens if you scry on someone who turns out to be dead?
I'm looking at the spell. I'm trying to see if there's a...
Yeah, you kind of asked Draco, she goes, now what happens if he's dead?
Then he's not on the same plane as you, and you wouldn't be able to see him.
Gotcha. But do you know that he's dead, or do you see a body?
I think that's up to the GM, because it doesn't say anything about if they're dead on the actual spell.
Well, so here's the problem with the wording. If you're looking at their corpse, that's an object, not a creature. You can only scry on a creature or a location.
Yeah, I was looking at the location and see if that would, but it has to focus on, I don't, if they're dead, I don't know if that's going to work.
Right, so so if the spell doesn't work, they're either dead or not on the plane. But, yeah.
or they're in a place
So-
that you can't be scryed upon.
So yeah.
Yeah, or in a place I can't be
Yeah.
scryed upon.
So yeah, I'm with the drawing. You'll see as Draco looks into the crystal ball as he casts a spell, the little shimmering.
Well, and V will also give you the ring because the thing is, V's making an assumption here, Tim. I'm sort of thinking, okay, Silk wasn't really magical, so if he had a magic item and his lover was supposedly a mage, it's tracking in my head that maybe it was a gift from him, like maybe he gave it to him. So
Mhm.
like maybe that would work. So she's gonna throw that in there because
You're
that
taking you're taking an example on the connection, whether you get it's a possession or not. I got you.
well, I want to know if this guy fucking exists, first of all. Or if I was getting complete. V's literally got this attitude where she's kind of wringing her hands because she's like, if I was getting played, I don't know if I'd prefer that to the real story because, like, if it's real, I feel bad. If I was getting played, oh, cool, I just got suckered. I don't have to be angry. But if it's true,
Well-
I'm even sadder.
We will see.
Yup, that's the plan.
So-
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Okay. So, Scry, I'm going to give you the possession because it was in fact a gift
Nailed it.
from Erickson to Silk.
Fucking nailed it.
Names that nobody has any clue about except me and her.
And
All
he
right.
gave it to me. That's so sad.
So that's okay, Chris.
And I rolled a 5 on that woe.
Okay.
He's so much better at this than me.
So that basically takes in total 9 away from the save, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
That means the total on the save is 4. So it absolutely does work.
Wow.
Is this good? It works.
Okay.
Poor
Now,
Lance, they don't know, and
Oh,
she
good.
extra doesn't know what's going on.
I can't add things. He
Great.
can. I'm sorry.
okay.
This is so fun.
He's a frick.
Draco V is like kind of gone a little pale, and she's like, I feel like you've been around her long enough now to know when she's off her game, and she's very much like a shade lighter and just kind of like almost trembling even. She's sort of just kind of like nervous.
Okay. Draco, your conscience is thrown from your body out into the almost another plane as this scrying eye takes shape, and you now see the focusing images of a mage. Kind of matches the description given to you by V. You see this kind of like well-groomed goatee, black with kind of a little bit of salt and pepper to the coloring, as well as the hair that's kind of greased, not greased back, but it is kind of like hair treatment back into like a wave. You see this mage in what appears to be some type of tower, just poring over notes, referencing several different books that are all open at the same time. You see it is feverish work. Whoever this is in the middle of something extremely important. And there's the amount of concentration and just frantic studying, almost as if you were cramming for a test, kind of frantic work being done at this table. And you see as he abruptly stands up as if something just occurred to him. And he walks over, and there's two, what would almost look like two metallic stands that almost look like kind of like two chess pieces, like two bishops, except they're a good 3-4 foot off the ground. And you see as this person starts concentrating, and you see as the eyes kind of light up, and you see the outstretched hands, and some type of arcane aura then is ripped open. and you see he's looking into looks like a portal, a window to somewhere. Looks like he's in the middle of his own ritual. Looks like he's in the middle of trying to observe something. And then you see there's like a subtle nod and look back to the desk, and he steps through the portal and the thing vanishes.
Can
Where-
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, wherever he went, he is teleported away.
Can I roll an Arcana to see what spell he cast, or if it, like, was it plane shift or something like that, with the notes and like the way he actually casted his spell?
Roll Arcana check.
Hell yeah. My Arcana is pretty nice. Yeah. 13, 7, soft 20.
Soft 20. You can't tell if it was plane shift or teleportation. Or excuse me, just teleport. Would be. You can't tell just from what you saw. It appears that whatever form of teleportation magic this was, it was not just the spell cast. It appears that he had some type of magical item assistance with whatever was casted. Either he didn't know the spell or didn't want to use the spell slot on where he was going. There's a litany of reasons that could be why he did what he did.
And V saw all of that through the crystal ball, right?
Oh, did I?
Because it was a crystal ball.
If you're using the crystal ball as the focus, then yeah, I'll say that you saw the images of what he saw. Just for brevity's sake.
Gotcha. Can I say on a perception check to see if there was any defining features of the tower, like any maps on the walls or anything out the window, or was there any type of indication of like?
Yeah, roll perception. You're gonna need high.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen.
Can I roll as well?
Yeah, I'll let you roll separately.
Please.
That's gonna be.
Oh shit! Nat 20, 32, baby.
Oh my god!
Would. You fucking would.
Well, I got a 14 on the die. That's a 23.
20.
Let's fucking go.
Okay. V.
Nice.
V. You did see a few maps. The one that you could focus on was not of the Thrandian continent. It was more localized. That was the capital.
Oh no.
Draco. That was a mage's tower within the capital. And the more you start thinking about it, he seemed like he was in a hurry to leave.
Well, V, it looks like your friend is in trouble. Problems upon problems upon problems.
I just can't believe he's actually real.
Well, by the way that he was trying to get out of is no telling how long he's going to be real for.
You're thinking on it now, and since V, you saw it between the two of you, there was self-preservation motivating that spell.
So he was running away from something.
Right? Yeah, he was on the he was ready to he was on the run. He was ready to go.
He was leaving now. There was self-preservation and fear involved in that.
Okay, so my next question is, I know it was in the capital, and I know that it's a mage's tower. Like, would I know exactly what this tower is? Like, the significance of it? Like, is it
Not from
like-
the inside.
no? Okay.
I'm from the capital. How many Magus Towers are there? Are those a thing? Like, if you're rich enough, you can have one, or are there public ones, or is it like, you know,
Like a special like.
You do know that the guild for arcane users, they usually do set up towers that are in the more populated cities, usually in the 12 pillars in the east, mainly because it can be a little trite, but usually the wizards, the sorcerers, they like being in the center of politics.
yeah, fair. Okay.
Thrandian politics is
Ooh.
just not complete without the arcane influence.
This can be very good or very bad.
What you do know is that it was absolutely in the capital. You know that was self-preservation motivated on that teleportation. Might explain why he used a magical item instead of burning the spell slot. If he's worried for his own safety, he's giving himself the best chance.
Yeah, absolutely. V sorta. Can I? If this is pushing it, I understand. But can I do a quick, really quick? Can I do an insight on like, was he scared? Like, I have a mission and like I'm working. Was it more like, I don't know, was there more passion? Because here's the thing, right? Last I heard of this guy, now knowing that he's real, and last I heard, Silk was on his way to try to rescue him from the Brotherhood. So I suppose I'm trying to find out if he looked like he was motivated for himself or if it's like for the job. Because if he's brainwashed, if the Brotherhood did have him and they pulled the mind lock thing and he's doing bidding for them, I'm wondering if there would be a difference in being able to tell the preservation of like, my organization is going to be mad at me or I need to do this because it's like, you know.
I hate to say it, but I feel like that's impossible to pull that
Totally.
just from observing.
So we could tell that he was genuinely scared for his life. There's really not much more.
Genuinely scared for his life, yes.
Okay. Yeah, V gets a little tremble, just thinking, she's just like, I can't believe you. That fucking cocky green asshole was telling me the truth.
The last thing I want to ask for, Tim, whether it's Arcana or Intelligence, would I be able to roll to, I guess, memorize what the magic item was, what it looks like, so I can like later see if I can, do some research to figure out what it actually is.
I'm not going to make you roll for that. You're smart enough and perceptive enough that, like I said, you saw that it was like two metallic pylons that kind of looked like chess pieces, kind of like a bishop, or a stanchion that would usually have a red velvet rope from one end to the other. Like that's basically, it's just two pylons that was used to enhance what he did or to actually take the place of and produce the spell that he wanted. You don't know what it is or how it functions, but you know what it looked like.
Did it look like it was either made of or had arcanium in it?
I'd say with your perception, I would say that it's a decent assumption. Yes. And if it was, that could explain why you used it. It means that you didn't need any spell components to teleport.
Right.
Cool.
Or plane shift or whatever he did.
Right. He sort of looks at you, Draco, and she sort of is like, again, has that real taken abackness to her. She kind of stands up and looks at you, and she does that thing where she's like, doesn't know what to do with your hands, like doesn't go in for a hug, doesn't really like go in for a handshake. She kind of gets caught between like a handshake and instead she just sort of grabs your arm with both her hands and just kind of says, thank you.
Draco might get flipped for this, but he's just going to hug you.
And she's like, oh, and just she's
Hey off.
like,
like Miss Piggy.
Right.
Vicky gets like she has like outbursts and she gets emotional a lot, but very rarely, like really since like Trauma V right after the wedding, has she had this level of like stunned, emotional, like just short circuiting. And she just sort of like, as you're hugging her, she sort of like doesn't cry, but like several tears just silently kind of go down her cheeks completely involuntarily. And when she kind of pulls away, she just like is staring at you and just nodding. And then she's gonna leave to go pace in the hotel lobby until the party's ready to go.
I have to give this crystal ball back to Basilisk.
Okay. Jan, you wake up with a big headache. But it's manageable. How'd I get here?
First reaction is to check for her daggers. And the second she finds them, she pulls one out and is like, where am I?
Your daggers are within arm's reach on either side of you. So space, you are in a large bed, and on either side of you, space to where your arms would reach where your hands would be if you were to like T-pose. Your daggers are there.
Oh my god. She's just laying in the bed T-posed like with her daggers.
The T-pose and daggers.
She quickly pulls them in and is like, I did not mean to get that drunk last night. I greatly apologize.
Happens to the best of us. Basilisk is, you wouldn't see this, and this is something that would probably be odd for you. You see a silvery, like, torso, arms, and legs, like a silvery minotaur without the head, standing against the, like, towards the wall, and then washing his face in the basin is Basilisk. He's got breeches on and his boots, but nothing above the waist. And he is muscular, very broad shoulders, and very thick neck, but his armor is not on. It is freestanding in the room.
God, you do have a headpiece, don't you?
Yep. By the way, Tim, just so you know, last night I would have put on the horn. So I have my two horns come up. One of them has a beautiful brass cap at the end.
Yeah.
And has been on for quite a while. And the other one
you do have the stats for a Horn of Blasting, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
But you see the silvery armor is standing, the shield is on the armor, and so is the staff. But as Basilisk is watching himself on the edge of the counter where the wash basin is, there is a small, like almost like a rosary that's made out of like looped snake. And the core of it is an image of a set of scales. And then as he's finishing washing his face and like cleaning his horns and stuff in the little shitty mirror, he takes the rosary and wraps it around his hand. Good morning. You got rather inebriated, and again, it happens to all of us. I did not know what your comfort level would be, so I simply set you into the bed and drew the comforter over you, and that was that. I did make sure your knives were within reach of your hands should something happen, though. I hope this was not invasive.
No, I would say that is the appropriate level of boundary respect. I do appreciate it. Thanks for saving my ass at the bar, I guess?
You didn't need saving. You probably would have stabbed somebody several times too many. I watched Corin drink that. That is clearly a bad idea.
Sometimes a bad idea. What is that thing in the corner?
Oh, that is my armor.
No. Wait, did you say that I do see the headless minotaurs?
It's literally freestanding silver armor in the shape of my body.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
It looks like silver. It looks like a silver minotaur without a head. It's just like
Yeah.
me.
I thought that was a ghost. My apologies.
That's okay. 1, no. 2, I get that. That tracks.
Are you still drunk?
No, I just have the worst hangover I've had in a long time.
That's amazing.
Welcome to consciousness. There's water here. I'll be happy to bring you some.
Please.
Here you are. And he'll pour the fresh water into a glass, bring it over and hand it to her. And then he will take a couple steps back because he is again trying to be as unintimidating as possible. And he knows what the optics are on this.
Yeah.
So he's trying to be very meticulous and metered out.
She's just sipping the water and just scoots over and pats the bed beside her. You don't have to be so scared. You're not the worst thing I've seen in my life.
Well, that is a small kindness, but it is a very welcome one, if that seems fair.
You have something on your mind?
I would like to ask you for your consent for something.
Concerning, go on.
I choose not to investigate that.
Concerning, tell me.
Nah, not unpacking that, putting that on that shelf.
Where that go?
Not even a pin in it. Throw it away. It doesn't matter.
We can talk about this later. We have adult things to talk about, and then we can talk about adult things later.
Whatever
fine.
that was.
Whatever that is, I'm happy to have that conversation. We need to talk about this first. I would like to cast Zone of Truth, and I would like to have a conversation with you. Brief, but very important.
Oh, considering that we will be working so closely together, be my guest.
All right. Just as a reminder, I will know if you succeed on this spell, if you resist it, or if you bypass it in any way. I do not say this as an ominous foreshadowing. I simply I want us to be on the same page.
Certainly.
And he'll hold up his rosary, and he will cast, using his holy symbol, he'll cast Zone of Truth, and say, well, now that that's done, do you resist the spell? Do you want to fail your save, or do you attempt to succeed?
I'm just gonna let it happen.
All right.
Correct.
And he will say,
Consent is important.
my name is Basilisk Kaku. I am an advisor of sorts. What is your name?
My name is Yan Defoe. I steal things.
It is nice to meet you, Yan Defoe. Are you acting in a way that is a threat to my compatriots? Or are you actively hiding information that can be a direct threat to me and my compatriots?
Well, considering that none of you have actively tried to attack me, even in my inebriated state, no, I have nothing to harbor ill will against any of you. I've shared as much as I feel comfortable sharing, or as much as I have access to, so.
I would like to have a moment of quid pro quo. Do you have a question you would like to ask me? This isn't a one-sided interrogation.
What is your party's true goals?
We are attempting to establish a free state where people like myself, yourself, and the rest of the people in my current party, for lack of a better term, can have rights, freedoms, and futures.
Honorable.
Necessary. The fact that it is honorable is a wonderful and greatly appreciated side benefit. Do you have reason to believe that where we are going, or those who we might interact with, will be a direct threat for us?
Yes. If any of the cults that have been active in this area are there, I wouldn't expect them not to be a threat.
Okay. He'll motion to you to return.
How do you know Therados?
I met him yesterday, and he is an entity of great power and great terrifying capacity. I do not know that, were it necessary, that I could kill him, and thus I have to accept his level of power and threat as it is. With my full party, it is technically possible, but as it stands, he seems as if the people who work under him are having a good quality of life and are not threats to the people around them. And thus, he is a stabilizing force in this place. Regardless of whether or not he is a fiend and a monster, that is not really a mark against him. And he just kind of gestures to himself. Let's be honest.
Yam just snorts and laughs. I would assume so.
Is there anything that is a potential threat to my friends and myself? Or is there anything that is a threat to your own safety that you have not told us?
Ooh, actually, that second question wasn't in my information document. Tim,
Yeah?
is there a threat I should be particularly worried about?
No.
Okay.
I for the most part, Yum's gonna be kind of clean slate.
Hmm.
I didn't have you bringing any extra threat baggage.
Gotcha. I just wanted to double check.
and it's a legitimate question. It's a legitimate question. A lot of their questions and their paranoia is based off of the last 3 years. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You get to make your own enemies organically.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Speed run and get all of our enemies.
There you go. The biggest threat that I'm aware of at this time would be the Brotherhood of the Night Eye. Whatever local cult you may be dealing with would probably also have heard the rumors of this Daedalus Vault.
They weren't of note or import. I promise you they were. I do not mean this in an offensive way, but they died like bitches, and that is simply
So they
way
died
it
like they lived then.
Okay,
First, real fight.
I put us in a position to be very honest. I don't want to be that honest, but yes.
Interesting.
Oh my
All right, and then motions to you. Do you have any other questions?
Someone as powerful as Therados does not lend his services freely. What have you promised him?
I have promised him nothing. However, he is a stabilizing force, which means that he is a useful entity and a useful bolt about which we can tie the chains of civilization, peace, and prosperity.
And yet you haven't established borders of your deals with him, which concerns me greatly.
It's called dealing with good faith. Much like I am dealing with you, and much like I would like you to deal with me, it is dealing in good faith.
Forgive me.
I know it is. Go ahead.
I have a Dealing with people in good faith is not my skill set, but I will attempt as such.
It is not mine either. But I am always in a position of the upper hand, and if I am not, then I make sure that those who I am entreating do not know that I am attempting to seize it.
Well, I do admire that. That is wise.
It is necessary. I wish it were not, but it is.
Two things can be true.
I agree with that. That is a very important thing. That is true. What was the thing you were implying earlier at the start of this conversation?
Which thing?
Don't play coy. You are far too intelligent and clever for that.
Please forgive me. I actually do have the worst hangover I've had in my life, and I do not remember what I said. So.
All right, one moment. And I will... what would it be for curing a hangover? Would that be lesser restoration or greater restoration?
Depends on the hangover.
For this hangover, that's fair. For this hangover,
the most D&D question I've heard all night. 1 second.
Might be able to get away with like a healing word or a lay on
Jeez.
hands.
Heal hangover.
I feel like it'd be the same thing as curing a poison.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But I mean, cast sobriety.
Curing the poison, that would be lesser. Yeah.
Okay. I always have that prepped, so I will cast. If I may, I would like to fix that problem for you.
Please.
Yeah.
And then I will very gently lay a very oversized hand on your shoulder and cast lesser restoration.
Your hand is the size of two of my heads put together. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your hands are so big.
But hey, you feel a whole lot better now. That kind of cleared the fog.
Thank you very, very much. Now, I assume you're talking about information?
No, you made an implication when I asked for your consent for something. I'm simply curious as to what that was.
Oh! Sometimes to get information, you have to do weird sex things, so...
Ah.
Don't I know it?
That's reasonable.
She says this and goes...
So...
Why don't you bring that up to me? Then you guys could be friends.
Right? Oh, well. And Basilisk will, like, take a moment, and he will just take a moment and not... You just breathe.
Moo.
Calming moo.
Just moo.
So, is it would it be unreasonable to assume? Would it be unreasonable to assume that that was an option, whether or not it was an intention?
Darling, you can assume a lot of things, but if you're asking a question, I would prefer that you be direct.
No, I'm very shy as well, so I choose not to ask a direct question. However, you are a very, very pretty, also very small person, and that gives me a series of deep and utter concerns that I don't know that I am comfortable addressing right now.
So,
you ever laugh so hard your background dies?
Sorry. I can react one of two ways in this, and I would like to know what kind of stream this is before I say anything.
In case you don't know, V is a sex worker, so...
Awesome, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're okay. Yep. Basilisk, darling, have you ever heard of a thing called a strap-on?
Oh shit.
Well, we're under zone of truth. Yes, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want this answer?
Concerned moo! Concerned moo!
Sweats and potato.
Where's my D10s? Hold on. 10.
Oh
I rolled a
my
10.
Okay. All right, Tim wants the answer. So
No.
what
Whatever you-
Yan's gonna do, she's just gonna wave. She's like, "You're the one that casts the spell."
Okay, so I will be the service top. If you need something, let me know. I'm going to get in my armor and pretend that none of the awkward conversation happened, and then as things progress, we can address that as things fall. I have no expectations from you. I have no inherent desire, or I feel no obligation from you, but I just want you to understand that you are at any time welcome to hide in my shadow or sleep in my room. And if you need something, please let me know.
Well, by the way, that conversation went. I don't know if there'd be much sleeping. Anyways,
I don't know what to do with that sentence. Very concerned move. I'm in the arm now where I'm
At that point, Draco was walking in with the crystal ball. He's like, "Oh," and turns back out, walks out.
Draco, no. Draco, no. Don't. Draco, no.
Don't you leave me
Dra-
here.
The one time Draco doesn't hear shit around him with that passive.
I didn't know that I was going to watch somebody else play chicken. I've had to play it a few times, but it's really fun to watch somebody else do it.
no. This has been a very interesting game of chicken. That is a great way to put it.
Oh, gosh.
Although, for what it's worth, if you need to see things from a higher vantage point, you are more than welcome to right on my shoulder or wing.
That I will definitely take you up on. The
I
rest of
choose
it,
to not examine that.
yeah. Draco, what'd you have? What you got
You
there?
have my crystal ball? That's really interesting that you have my crystal ball. How are you doing this morning?
Immediate Sword Art Online abridged. Hey, look, literally anything else, let's pay attention to it.
Exactly. Totally just like, Hey, look, a new
Draco's
thing.
like, "I didn't hear anything," and drops the crystal
Draco,
ball.
no. Don't you abandon me! Don't you abandon me!
He is walking off.
Yan's following him. She's like, "Well, time to leave. Thank you so much for picking me up from the bar. Goodbye."
Oh,
Yes,
gosh,
that
guys.
is all that happened, and we are done here. Crystal ball in the pocket, and not talking about this ever to anyone.
Draco's just trying to erase his fucking memory because he heard the majority of that conversation walking to the room. He's like, "Fuck, man, hearing is such a curse now. I cannot forget that."
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, guys. Let me find the rails again.
As Draco's
Follow this.
walking, as Draco's walking down the hallway, he can hear in Torn's room. Come on, Kraus. 1, 2, 2.
One.
Call that a fucking push-up? Push.
You know what? I'm not examining that either, and I'm just going to.
The warlock trying to do a workout.
We
His
appreciate
mother
a good
is
warlock
shamed.
workout.
3.
Oh, good lord.
You know, Draco's just like, "I never thought about taking silence deafness, but I might need to start doing that now."
All right. All right. All right. The party reconvenes in the morning. Is there anything else that you guys want to do? RP, prep, anything? If not, we can start making our way to the sewers. I wasn't sure. Basilisk, you mentioned about trying something. I wasn't sure if you
I
were
would
going
like
to do
to
it.
legend lore the Vault of Daedalus
Uh-huh.
for Jan. because now that I know that I can trust her, I'm going to actively invest my resources into solving whatever her problem is, like reaching whatever her goal is. So I will, in my armor, I would actually say, I would get everybody together that's still here, and before we go anywhere, I am going to say, this is going to take about 10 minutes. Just let me take care of this real quick, and we can be on our way. And he'll set his staff up. He'll hold up his rosary in one hand, and then what he'll do is actually, with the crystal bowl, set it out in front of him, and then burn the incense and lay out the ivory strips. And he will cast Legend Lore on the Vault of Daedalus beneath the streets of Aria.
Okay.
And as Basilisk is doing that, Draco's going to do his wind walk on everyone. Just so you know, Plan B is always on the fly.
Nice.
Okay.
And I'm also extend that to Lane. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Jan.
Jan.
Jan. I'm also going to extend that to Jan as well.
Thank you kindly.
And you might feel a little, your body gets this real incorporeal feeling, but you're all the way there. You're physical.
And I'm sorry, I was reading. What did you cast on them?
I cast a wind walk.
Oh, yeah. Got you. Good call. All right.
I don't know how much help it'll be because I've never seen this spell get used. But Torrance will specifically be within 10 feet of Basilisk, so he gets the bonus from Aura of Protection.
Okay.
So he gets a +3 to saving throws.
Okay. Good to know. Basilisk, you're focusing on simply just a name of a place that you've never seen. But you're given a brief momentary lapse of, forgive the Thundercats reference, but sight beyond your sight. And
oh, now the whole audio track is in my brain. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Here for you, buddy. You do see a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's not made of stone. It's clockwork. As if the very door itself, you see moving gears and parts. Constant motion. You're focusing on it. This has been here for thousands of years. It is massive. Your sight passes through and goes through the door, and the chamber opens up to like a bottom, almost like a, not a pit. Try to picture the immensity of the warehouse in the Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, the Warehouse 13.
Yes.
Got it.
And instead of there being boxes, however, it's just a shadow and darkness. You can't see what's down in the vault per se, but that's the kind of scope of what you're seeing. Your sight is also taken through a few side chambers. You're taken through
his audio would cut out now.
Hello?
There he is.
Hello.
Good to go.
Yay. Yep. Yeah, audio cut out. Your sight is taken to a few side chambers down a corridor. You see an operating table. Or it could be a tool table. Difficult to see. No, it's not an operating table because you see a body with a cloth draped over it. You can blatantly see and make out that there's feet, torso, and a head laying on its back on this observing table, covered. The only thing and the only words that come to mind through this, because you get a brief description of it. Multiple phrases, but they all say the same thing. The first. Prime. Experiment. Weapon. Life.
Okay.
And then your sight's taken back as the spell ends.
All right. Well, I have good news and bad news.
What's the bad news?
Yeah, always bad
The
news.
bad news is that where we are going is either the grave or the site of creation of a living weapon.
And the good news?
All we have to do is get through a clockwork door and we're in. It's here. It's under the city.
So it does exist.
For better or worse, yes.
At least we know it exists now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well,
It's
Means
neither.
we've-
It's simply a thing.
Corrales just pipes in and says, means we've got to get there first.
this has now become a race.
Well, good thing I already prepared for that. And you see Draco start to turn into mist.
Lucky for us, they don't know that they're running a race, but we do.
I think with that, that's a good place to stop. And we can pick up the next game and make our way to the vault.
Okay.
Making my way downtown.
Making our way.
Commoners pass and I'm gaseous. So.
Gaseous and dashing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching Dire Star of Vengeance tonight. Thank you, Lee, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, our new guest. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're very excited to have you on the show. As always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, tap the little bell on the YouTube app so you never miss the uploads. Buy our shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. The pink menagerie shirts are only going to be available to the end of the year, so please go get those. They're for a good cause because we are still donating 50% of those profits at the end of the year. So go buy you a shirt for a great cause, and we will see you guys in